Obs. Hello, Obs.
Hi, Obs. You're late.
Yeah, I started late. Okay.
You built a trebuchet.
Yeah, we did build a trebuchet.
And the next thing you know, you're inside spooning a bowl full of soup, as you would for a guest, but you don't remember any guests ever showing up.
Alright. Okay, just a slight recap because we missed the first section of that.
Possibly
You
connected
had
to.
At one point, briefly catch a trail when white snow covers the streets before it's, wiped away under cold, misty ice and foot traffic of someone with an uneven gait.
Do any of the shepherds have an uneven gait?
You didn't know that? I don't think.
There was that one dude who is half bone. Though.
Oh, the guy! The dead guy! We're trying to figure out what walks the streets.
It might be him, might not be. That was the father.
Yep. That was the father.
Yeah.
Something or someone with a memory-related contract, perhaps? Maybe an actual
Does
forgetfulness
Virgil
contract?
have a limp? He doesn't walk, though.
Virgil's been booked.
I know he's been booked, but
I don't think there's a way for
he's also
books to
got
be
a
brought
contract
back.
with a memory. You never know.
No, I don't.
Maybe
No,
some
but-
lingering effect that
Yeah,
of
some, like,
something he
lingering
did some time ago
memory
that
effect?
just
That maybe.
His spirit trying to be like, hey, I'm mad about it.
because he did have essentially memory caches stored around the mountain, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whether or not there's anything in, because this is in town.
True.
So,
Start doing it from.
are we
on
ready
his
to
porch
roll
and build
weather?
Something. Too.
I mean, for lack of anything better to do, I think Nora will probably toss something at her personal project. What skill would that was the Truth in Harsh Winter, essentially trying to build resonance with the multiple divine associated things going on in this town that kind of sort of align with her contracts.
Personal
Themes.
project.
Into it? Alright. Definitely going to be invoking Witch of Winter Winds on that, because that's kind of what this one is for.
I think personal projects is a good idea too.
I mean, it is a thing. I mean, I never made it clear that's a thing, but
You really
it's a
didn't.
thing.
Okay, that's
I don't know. I think
2
usually when
successes.
Imon had a goal, it was power based,
No.
so it went to the town once.
And then would either Aspirant Mystic or Esoterica help with that as well? Or
I could do both of those.
alright. That puts me at 4
I'm closer
of
to
6.
Aya, but closer.
And with that, she
No, I think
can
that's a
possibly
permanent disadvantage project, so remove one from that.
Okay.
Success.
Makes sense. Alright.
Weather.
Yep.
Weather. Has the mist cleared up, by the way?
Nope. It goes down from the peak of Mount Aframata and shrouds your town. It's not the Forgetting Mist, it's, the other one.
So we don't have evil memory mist right now.
Yeah.
So can I erase that from our negatives?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And y'all ready for a windfall and a bounty? Or no, a bounty and a misfortune?
Yeah, windfall's not the...
I love a windfall.
Yeah, it is. Wait. Yeah, it's misfortune and bounty.
The expected one?
The expected one. Okay.
What about, do you think you guys could also use some free healing? HP wise?
I think everybody's
All
pretty
mine are
good.
at full.
Andy is at 2 right now.
All mine are full, but I
Yeah.
will,
Yeah, mine
like
are all
if
full.
if someone wants to benefit, I'm not like mad.
I think everyone else is fine except Landy.
And the rest of
Cass
you
is
have
also
dealt with your
not.
ruin and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So everyone
everybody's
gets
fine.
What are you saying?
Landy and Cass.
My two characters who don't want the amount of ruin they have dealt with their ruin. Vera is doing things rather than deal with her ruin, specifically to
all of it.
maintain that couple points of ruin.
Deidre has fortune, which feels fine.
Um,
She has a ruin.
So,
Steph has fortune. Deidre has a bunch of fortune.
I'll give everyone just some of the characters that need some healing. 1 HP healed for free. Since the rest of you don't want much.
Yeah.
And the consequences, you know what? You're just gonna start this session with 2 ruin. Negative ruin can absorb this thing.
Does everyone who doesn't heal get fortune?
No.
Okay.
That puts Vera at 4, gaining her a velocity, and setting her new ruin threshold to gain velocity to 5.
You gain velocity by that?
Yep. Because the
How
only
have
way
you not
Vera has
We
not
didn't-
been in
it
very
hadn't
many
been
sessions.
being
She's
tracked.
mostly been
So it was
she's mostly only been gaining ruin by the weather, so it was 3 for her previous threshold. But she's been holding on to 2 ruin from a previous weather
How much
for a
are
few
you
sessions now. She's at 4 ruin now.
No, not ruin.
5 velocity with this.
So
newest
what
point,
kills you?
6.
So if you take a single point of ruin, you immediately die.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Back to Findry being like, so that contract of yours.
You might want
Hey,
to just launch
hey.
yourself in the sky now.
Hey, we're approaching the end. It's time for some tragic PC death.
Oh, I know.
This isn't tragic. This is silly.
No, it's tragic.
It's a
Because
child
it's
just enjoy sky blue. None of us want to see that. I know the reference means nothing to you, but
I know.
I don't know.
I know what
Maybe
you
you should
mean.
make references people can understand.
no, because this
I
is
mean, I know what
specifically
that is.
what enjoy sky blue is. The sky's gonna eat Vera. It'll happen.
Okay. So, this session is going to come with a familiar stranger coming back to town.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. If it's Skirt Boy, I swear to God.
He's not a stranger.
It's not gonna be Skirt Boy.
He's our best friend.
Actually, if it's Skirt Boy, Cass, we'll leave another time. We're all good. I
How
became
about
his boss.
Sean Antela
Oh. Woohoo! Let's go, my man!
Oh, he's
walks
back.
down a familiar path towards town, though he is not quite the man you remember him as. There
He's
are many
actually
places.
Water Lily.
There are many places where flesh has been cut, bruised, and scraped away, revealing places where copper mesh has grown back in place of flesh.
Mesh flash, if you will.
There is chunks gone from his torso, revealing cracked glass containers surrounding various organs. Jumping between a prong sticking out of that should be his heart. That's on the wrong side of his body, but either way, electricity arcs from it to a metal substructure that seems to be weaving in and out of his bones, stapled on to each one. His expression is a storm cloud.
That music too cheery.
apparently.
Well, I've always done synth music for this guy, so I mean.
And just for clarification, I believe this is the session where Rebecca is All good and proper?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Hmm?
Just in case things get ugly.
Oh.
He's
Or
coming back to
release
town for
them.
2 reasons. And one of them is to kill us all. So, he's either here to kill us all or inform me politely he murdered my daughter. So,
Does he have
Through the portal atop his staff, you can see a laboratory that looks like a tornado went through it.
I did not have
The
a
first
phantom.
person, besides those who are walking the streets, being made aware of his presence, is Brett, as with greater strength than his body should be able to show, he slams on the door repeatedly.
oh god.
What
Would he send
What?
Rebecca?
is? I assume this is the Elder Hall.
Mhm.
Is anyone else currently there?
Emma's probably there.
Yeah.
She lives there.
I don't see
we
why
can
the
assume
elders
Henderson
wouldn't be
is
there.
there.
Yeah.
And Rebecca is close.
Well,
He wouldn't be this far from her in any
someone
situation.
seems upset. I should probably.
Hello?
I need to speak with them. Elders.
You-
Steps
Who
aside.
are you?
What you need seems to be a good couple of months of bed rest and attention from a healer.
I'm still standing.
Yeah, that
I think that's
Doesn't
more a
negate the
result
point.
of the
Gather
mental
up. He
structures.
ignores you and barges in. Quickly surveys the room. Who here looks to be the most able-bodied?
Brett?
Probably Brett or Marrow.
Yeah.
Marrow or Brett?
Not the
Marrow's
600-year-old
missing
man.
limbs, right?
I mean,
So-
But
I mean,
obviously,
Brett's
yeah, but
also
Marrow's not. That's true.
20 years younger than you.
yeah.
He is
That's what I feel like.
50.
Yeah, it's probably
Brett.
Brett.
Brett's 50.
Then
Mid-50s,
You know,
but still.
after coming through the door, you just kind of stand in the doorway.
Are you
You.
coming in?
That was my mistake. Fucking bitch! Didn't even dare to show her face.
You're just gonna go make soup.
Your daughter has a lot to say for herself.
I agree. Well, no, sorry. He's not out to Brett yet.
Yeah, so sad for you.
The worst way to put that.
yeah.
I have something I'd like to tell you.
Or to Emma.
I'm an evil wizard.
I am a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
600-year-old.
6-year-old.
I'm a 600-year-old terrorist war criminal. That is not the conversation I expected to be
Mom,
having.
Dad, I'm a 600-year-old terrorist war criminal. I want you to love me the same.
And we always know.
I'm the same crazy old man you've known your entire life.
Nothing can change.
I'm gonna roll for soup.
Yes.
Well, she does do that.
Are you saying Rebecca did this?
No, Water Lily.
One of my older daughters.
Wait,
You
you have
four
more than
kids.
one daughter.
Apparently?
What Naratana is trying to say is that
Who the fuck is... Which one of them is talking?
Lightning Butt is Naratana.
Okay.
The one who's
Yeah, alright,
usually
we
like crass and
Hassan
loud
Ontalag is the
Naratana.
man. Naratana Ontalag is the god.
Yep.
what Naratana is trying to say is that he would like a full audience with both of his Henderson's relatives.
I got a 7 on soup.
What?
Good fucking lord.
I have advantage on soup. I have all of mine under craft skill, and I'm using Determined Artisan in my journal that has soup notes in it.
The entire room stops because there's a faint glow.
Faint glow. This is
So
a
I got a
7.
7 on soup.
Because everyone's like distracted right
God derives into the room.
now. Pull this out of your pocket later. Important. Pull out a key, actually.
Throw it on his
Yeah.
face when I stab him.
Some people might notice some various spirits manifesting around the soup, diving in and out of it like small sea serpents and dolphins. One looks like a little mushroom jellyfish appear in the soup, and a weak spirit, and the weak dragon comes out and spews some green steam at in your face.
Hello.
Eat it. Become contracted to soup.
I already have a contract.
Double down.
You do have an opportunity to form a new contract here. Actually, I think you're working up on soup. That there is an opportunity right here and now to drop everything and form a soup contract with a pretty high tier soup spirit.
But I love you.
You truly named it the worst possible thing you could name.
I did.
Go so long ago.
Truly, you is
Okay.
the worst name to give to anything.
Yep.
It's
But
like,
no, it's perfect.
no!
It's perfect.
Perfect.
There
It's
was,
so
there was some
glorious.
anime I saw ages ago where the main character's name was YU.
Mhm.
And
I love you on Webtoon. YOO.
Yeah. I know that one too. I've read it recently.
I'll think about it while this goes on. Just in the background.
Both of them. I only have one daughter.
I feel like you just
Do you have-
said contrary to that. You just said you had an older one.
Get your granddaughter in here too.
I don't think I have one of those. I think I would know.
Hassan, cut the shit.
who?
Someone get a runner.
Just like
Then it keeps
child,
falling
like
on the
by,
floor.
just lifting up
I
a child by
hand
the
kid
hair.
wrapped like candy.
Picks them up by their shirt
Just-
scruff.
Whatever the
They're not
mou-
kicking, they're used
whatever,
to it.
whatever the mountain's equivalent of a Werther's is.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
In a crack of thunder,
So-
Rebecca appears in the doorway.
Your whole family's dramatic. You know that?
It's how Rebecca appears in situations. It's midday. There's no storm.
Also, Meryl's going
She
to
just
like.
makes a crack-a-thoom noise. By the door.
Also,
What has happened? You seem rather mangled.
You don't say. Yeah. 1 second. He reaches through, hit the portal, and he like reaches around on a desk with like a bunch of vials. Some of them are intact, most of them are cracked and splattered. He just wipes the desk clear and reaches and grabs out a wine bottle.
Okay.
Uncorks
When
it.
he reaches his arm to the portal, does the portal move so he can grab things, or does his arms keep extending into the room?
So
Does
is
he
it just
Mr.
like
Fantastic, or
No, the
So is it
perspective
just like a
it's
case-
his arm seems normal, but the entire image on the other side warps. So
Okay.
that whatever he wants is like within reach.
Okay.
He is reaching into his own territory.
Yeah, fair enough.
making swiping aside a bunch of vials entirely unnecessary?
Yep.
He's just that
Yeah.
dramatic.
Yeah.
Hey, when you get to that power level, you gotta be pointlessly dramatic.
Takes a long drink from it. So, I figure if she's there, I'm gonna go and gum this place. Quite literally. I had a whole salve set up on the other side of my floor. But, well, okay. And there's evidence of her being there. Plenty of, There was a campfire. There was even the smell of cooking food. I mean, I'm not sure how she pulled it off without ever being there in the first place.
Didn't the people who went up the mountains say that's where they met her, though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. They said exactly that.
She wasn't actually there?
Some
Oh,
sort
well,
of
there was a fucking rock slide the second I got there.
Whoa.
And I can exert my will within a sufficiently large area that I could tell that there was no one there to set anything off. It wasn't a fucking trap. It wasn't
It's just the mountain being the mountain.
It wasn't there was no sabotage. It's just a fucking old slope. I just happened to fall on my fucking face the second I set foot in that fucking camp.
Well, she's.
He goes and takes another long drink.
Well, the mountain slopes can be unsafe at
Don't throw on his
times.
fucking face, man.
The mountain slopes can be unsafe at times if you aren't familiar with.
She's a fate manipulator. It's to be expected.
Rebecca is?
Water lily.
Is Cass here yet?
I mean, where would you send the runner? Because she's not at her mother's house.
I think I just pick up the runner and go find Cass.
I mean, it'll take a minute. She is in a place far removed from her home.
I think this is like we've reached the minimum point of her arriving. From any point onwards, you can just say she
Okay,
arrives.
excellent.
If you take too long, I will do it for you.
Sounds good.
It's
I'm
absolutely
gonna say
glorious.
slides are mountain. Oh, thank you.
Would you like some soup?
Not now.
Just Brett takes like a bite of the soup, pauses, takes a couple more bites of soup, takes one large bite of soup, sets it down, starts scrambling around for his recipe book.
Roll.
Rebecca will neither accept nor even look at you.
No, I think it's very much the like considers and is like.
Roll
never
detect
eat.
if you actually have a palate large enough to fully appreciate the soup.
I feel like Brett probably.
You're old.
I mean,
Taste buds
true.
Henderson
But
can't
soup
taste.
specifically.
Step. Well, you're not gonna get advantage from host of the Elder Hall.
Actually, no. This
Can I invoke a new
Henderson
soup
can
recipe
taste it
as
because
well?
It's
Yep.
historically significant.
But
And,
the soup's so complex. It's one disadvantage. You only have one advantage. to
Okay.
this.
and what skill did you say?
Detect
Detect?
or study.
I'll take the one that has 2 dots instead of the base 1.
You got this.
Okay. That one's
It's
1,
That's a 2.
2, and 3 from the thing, so that's critical.
I think Deidre is going to take a contract with the soup spirit.
Just to make you deal with that now.
So
Like considers it for a very long time.
And then just eats you out the
you
window.
would be offered a contract of a spirit of sustenance.
God damn, you just rolling contract.
Yay!
Okay.
I love this.
So actually,
Henderson will enjoy the soup. but
so
also-
I'm imagining this has happened while everything else was going on.
Yeah.
You're a bit distracted.
Mhm.
So we're gonna have to roleplay this a bit actually because this is the first time we've done a contract formation with this contract that is capable of human speech.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness!
Hey, mine is capable of human.
Shut.
Not speech. Not speech. That's
Can I
inhuman.
go over to another?
I think there's
area?
speech bubbles.
So the little leaf dragon in your soup, it looks you in the eye and then goes down deep in the soup to nibble on some various ingredients to sample it all. It's so small, it can't get it all in one bite, but it tries.
I'm gonna cut up some pieces smaller and add them to the soup. It goes to the top, and after eating a little chunk of carrots,
it morphs in its appearance into being a carrot dolphin that goes and bobs and weaves over the waves of the bubbling, boiling soup. And then eventually jumps into one of the bubbles from the soup and then floats up in the air before morphing into
So cute.
this would be a little celery
Otter, orca, whale.
no shut.
Fish.
Celery wrap.
Okay,
It's aquatic. Because it's in the soup.
This one's in a bubble.
They're in a bubble. And it's just like the right shape for it too.
sorry. This is I'm like this is.
Searching for animals.
It's not just quite an animal.
I was not expecting this.
Soup contract.
Don't cough down my throat, Lucas.
Okay, actually, you know what? It morphs into what looks like a child with the overturned pot over their head that like obscures it from view. You only to see their mouth under the pot. And it's like skewed to the side. They're wearing clothes that look like servants' clothes, but they're utterly food stained. As if they just went through the most epic food fight at all. They're holding a wooden spoon in a hand, like a sword, and they have, in the other hand, just a pretty big bowl that's filled to the brim with all sorts of dishes. Everything you look at seems to be a different dish. And then the bubble touches your nose and pops, and they remain floating there.
Hello.
Nice soup.
Thank you.
This stuff's good. It like
Glad
slips
you
out of its
like
bowl
it.
and like tumbles through the air, falling backwards into the pot that goes over its head, and then like crawling back out of it until you can see their full body, except there's now their bowl they had previously is over their head, obscuring their features. So, haven't been here in a while. It's part of the world. Cuisine's shit. Most of the time, small palate, bad spices, but good soup.
Thank you. I like making good tasting things.
Oh yeah, it's the reason. It's okay. It's the reason for life.
Yeah.
I mean, everything lives to eat. It's to live. It's the cycle. It's the one cycle that decided death and all that. It's pretentious as fuck. Everything lives to eat and likes it. And nothing likes living. It just lives. Everything likes to eat. You get it. You understand.
I like eating. Yeah. It's rough when you're not eating.
So, well, we're here, and you still have the taste in your mouth of the resonance. Yes. How about we strike a little deal? I know you have something going on right now, and that little spirit, I can find a home for it.
Okay.
Yes, I got.
Inflicted on some other child.
No.
It's soothe pain right now.
Pain is usually bad for marinating meats, but there's some edge cases. I can find a place for it.
Okay. Okay.
Just some
Oh, no,
cook
do
somewhere
it
is going to
all.
burn their hand trying to.
Soothing.
It's soothing.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. That's it. Oh, yes. Plenty of good places. Soothing accompanies the general.
Oh yeah.
Unless I'm in excess, then it's a different kind of soothing. But food is food.
Food is food.
So, talent like yourself. What I want from you. You
aren't eating enough. Look how skinny you are. Oh,
I know.
you're so young. Oh, you're gonna grow up stunted if you don't eat more.
I know.
Hey, good thing I found you. Good thing. Good. We've been lost. Shame, shame. Such good soup. Such small mouths to eat.
Just a contract cost. Eat more. Gain calories.
Eat more food. You're too skinny.
It's called rapping, and it's not that great. Actually, it's pretty good.
Eat good food.
Eat good food.
It's not just eat, it is eat well. There's a difference.
I'm not gonna ask anything from you. You have nothing to give. You're so young.
I'm being insulted by the soup spirit.
We have good soup, but I already have plenty of that.
Yeah. Well, you said the rest of the cuisine is shit, so maybe I can learn the cuisines. Would that make you happy?
Oh, it would. More good cuisine in the world over is good. Excellent, even. Makes the world more world instead of a sad place. Sad place without feasts and dinners and holidays and celebrations and there's one table in here, only one, and it's not filled with food. Look at that guy. He seems so angry.
He is so angry.
Maybe you should give him some of this soup and cheer him right up.
I'll try it.
It's like soup. No, I must insist.
Pulled him down.
All right. I'll give you a blessing just to start things off.
Okay.
It's an appetizer, if you will. And what about when you increase your affinity with me more? Give me a call, and I'll ask for something from you. You know, give and take. Dishes are better made as collaboration. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you just make things with one ingredient, they don't taste good.
Yes! Someone understands!
I love the spirits.
The spirit's delightful.
It is so delightful.
Okay. What's a good recipe? Let's see. 1 second. He reaches into the cauldron he's sitting in and pulls out a list that like all the ink is kind of running on it as there's like what
Steal the list.
I'm not stealing the list from the soup spirit.
The master list.
I'm gonna try and take a peek at the soup list, the list from the spirit though.
it's smudged and runny.
Oh.
Like
I can't read that.
he squints at it, runs his finger across one of the lines, tastes it.
It's not so much like a list of recipes as a bunch of like smeared lines of various soups.
Or food.
It's a bunch of flavor palettes.
It could be
Just
like all
soup.
sorts of foods.
Spirit of good eating.
Yep.
He like keeps on like pulling out the strip and like dangles down and starts pulling up on the floor at your feet as he pulls up more and more paper.
Can I
Or-
taste it?
Yes, you can. He's distracted, right? And unlike most spirits, this one has a physical presence.
Oh boy, that's a major league spirit.
Rollander.
Oh dear.
My endure is really bad.
Well, because your finger's so big and there's so many lines, you run across multiple lines.
Mm-hmm.
And then just get a hit of flavor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have a good endure, right?
No, he sure does not. My other two characters do.
Oh,
Okay,
You die immediately.
No.
any one of these dishes you just sampled could be considered the epitote.
epitome.
Epitome.
No, there's epitote is a word.
Is it?
The epitote of what it's supposed to be.
So like the best of the best.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's epitome.
That's epitome. I've been.
Is it the math
So-
term I just pulled out?
Why don't you go,
There's
like-
epitope, which is an antigenic determinant.
We have
I don't know what any of those
epidote,
words
which
mean
is a
in
type
this
of
system.
rock.
I love them.
Epitome. A person or thing that's a perfect example of a particular quality or type.
Epitome.
That's epitome.
Yeah,
I think this is pronunciation, not different word.
yeah, it's pronounced epitome.
No,
That's what happens
It's
when
a
you
very,
read things.
it's a very common thing that people.
Yeah, this
Because
is
you read it.
it's
over
like
and over.
fox paws.
I still say
Oh,
Eurydice
wrong.
wrong.
You still say what wrong?
Eurydice? I always say Erudite.
Oh, fair.
So incorrect.
Erudite.
I think erudite.
Aphrodite, what? What are you talking
I think
about?
erudite is something else entirely.
Erudite is like wisdom,
Maybe.
I believe.
Like
What is
divergent.
Being
Oh,
erudite
that's
means you're
lame.
like well learned and
Okay,
educated,
so I
usually
have been
professional.
misreading a bit of it.
Erudite. Great academic
for like
knowledge.
the past few years.
Yeah, that's
I feel that.
Okay, we've been there.
literally everyone who's ever read the word epitome, honestly.
Yeah, it's spelled real weird.
English is not a language. It's 3 languages stacked on top of each other wearing a trench coat.
Oh, yeah.
They follow other languages into dark alleys to beat them up and root through their pockets for loose grammar.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
So, you get a dish that is, probably meant to be the accompaniment for some really hard-biting alcohol. It is fat and creamy and absolutely fills your mouth up with something that seems like it would be overwhelming, like an overly sweet cheesecake, except it melts away the second it almost would reach an overwhelming degree. At the same time,
Oh no.
you get the vaguest sensation of something crunchy, spicy, and sweet. Something that has the texture of ice, but the flavor of basically a perfected Mexican candy. Something that you'd eat on a hot day, make you sweat a little, make you feel just perfect. At the same time, the third flavor goes on, where something tasting vaguely like the most delicate of noodles, mixed in with a slightly sour, slightly sweet chicken broth, and overtones of a half dozen different herbs you can only barely think to mention, each of which seems to speak to your tongue in a personal and intimate manner. You are in a crowded room and everyone's screaming.
You're right over there.
Is that describing?
Game 3 ruin.
Oh
Idra fucking dies from eating
No, I
the
have
soup.
5 health.
And now 5 ruin. I've died from that math.
no! Can you not?
Sorry.
It picks up really well on the.
Oh yeah.
You take 1 damage.
Wait, don't you have to roll 5, not 3?
No,
No, it's ruined.
5 health, 3.
Yeah, you have 5 ruin.
Yeah.
I
Every
gave
character
everyone
started with
2
2
ruin.
Yeah, but I had
Fortune.
-2
Yeah.
from fortune.
Ah, I see.
Okay.
All my characters have fortune to start with.
Yeah, Vera has
Imagine.
just specifically been holding on to her ruin because she can gain more.
She can kill herself faster.
Yep.
You shot either get out of that contract or
She's-
activate that ability immediately.
She's a 14-year-old with basically an adrenaline junkie's contract. She thinks she's
Okay,
invincible
this is the
until
right
proven
section.
otherwise, and
what
she
do you
assumes
want? He says, like,
she'll get a chance to
Looking
use
over
her
the list, but
power
of course you only see the full
before she gets more.
What choose?
Well, I moved to the soup section, like the soupy soup section, with the basic ingredients, and I got a bunch of recipes here. These are all extra ingredients you can add to a soup. These and you can add little fun twists to your recipes. Things you can't normally add. For example, here you could add reluctant laughter to it's a good icebreaker to add to a dish. Or here, where you have the sigh of an after eating the first meal of the day. Or we have that tingle in your mouth you get when you imagine a good food, but you don't have it in front of you. Or we have right here.
Now I'm hungry.
The appreciative ooh sound people make whenever they
Questionable
I think
status,
it's really
but
good. You will show the appreciation. And here. Oh, we have the warmth that spreads through the body upon eating food that really hits the right spot.
I like that one. I like that one.
Okay. Yes, that's good. That's good. Fitting this place. Oh, it's chilly out there. Oh, no wonder you need soup.
Yeah.
Oh, this place wouldn't survive without it.
We make soup all the time.
Oh, absolute desert. Oh, tragedy. Here you go. Take it.
Okay,
Take it.
thank
Feed
you.
it to other people. Quick, before they
Okay, I'll
They
put
need
it into the soup.
I like to imagine that this is the camera has shifted to this and has been on this for like a few minutes, but in the background you can still kind of sort
there's
of
like a
see
blur.
a bunch of people like arguing and being frantic about the situation
you can hear
that's
them
happening.
fighting in the
Right.
background, but it's like
Yeah, you can like
got one of those like noise filters on it to like tone it down a little bit.
I was just like,
I
for-
don't
like
have a grand
maybe
dollar.
like a frame and a half. You could just spot barrel like
And mix
glance
it into
over
the
and
soup.
like half smile at just this.
So, it's more like a dawning realization that comes over you about, oh, of course, this ingredient's always just, like, over there. You just need to, cup it in your hand, whisper a few things to it, compliment it a few times, and, say that it better behave. This is for very important people, and then you have to remember that one time that you last had this feeling of as described, and from it a blossoming warmth will appear between your hands that you can gently push into the soup. The bubbling, boiling nature of it changes very slightly. The popping of the bubbles sounds slightly less harsh and more warm and welcoming, just by the very addition of this ingredient. And the scent of the soup fills the room and causes a few people, like, they don't notice it, but like they like lick their lips absentmindedly, or even have Hassan Attal, like you see a bit of drool coming down his mouth as he's like raging at you. Most people can't recognize it as separate from the rest of the spittle flying from his mouth. But
okay, so this soup was already incredibly good and then got spiritually enhanced on top of that.
Finish the soup.
I wonder if it's like
Oh.
aspartame, where it's like so sweet your tongue can't taste it, where it's so good that I'm like, or if it's like, oh.
I mean, Henderson does canonically eat food. in the
Yeah,
other
that's
hall.
true. He does.
Rebecca doesn't eat food in front of people.
at first he like scoffs at it, like, where is that kid? When is that?
Soup.
Eat Parmesan.
Brett devours his soup bowl and starts like taking notes in his recipe book and just going like, okay, I understand what you're going through right now is very important and we'll get to that. However, we need to establish a new holiday.
I made a
This
soup.
is-
My friend
this
helps
is-
me.
This is quite possibly the best soup I have ever had, and we need to commemorate it.
My friend
Okay.
We
helps
are
me.
establishing a new town holiday in honor of this soup.
Also, while we're here, soup
I
man
have the
just got
authority to make that
dethroned.
happen.
Metaphor for government. We make new holidays. Nothing else is getting done.
Hey, we built a trebuchet.
There's not
We-
some soup.
Don't forget, we also funded the military,
Okay.
which
Just
we're
like-
not gonna assume in any way to defend this town. I'm taking it with me to go to kill Maple.
This is contract enhanced.
Yeah, my friend helped me.
This town. You.
I'm sorry.
You have a problem with that?
Does it taste good?
Yes.
There's more soup.
You seem like you could use some soup.
I choose to believe there's just a hole in his stomach and it's just leaking.
Through one, like you can see one of the glass ampules dripping out, like sticking out below his rib cage, slowly filling up. Some fluid or another. It's not actually the soup he's eating; it's something else going on. But
Yeah, because the soup's teleported to a different location and turned into a magical fluid and teleported back.
Also for Obs, Ellie is just leaning forwards, dramatically staring at Mars.
And holding up a invisible pantomime bowl and spoon.
I just slowly eating it and this is fun.
I felt that.
The expression on her
Thank
face
you.
is what imagine the face you might make if a literal ant presented you with like a masterpiece painting, where it's like you're impressed, but what the fuck?
It is good soup.
No, I don't mean this bossy vessel I am using felt a sensation or another that I am interpreting. I, Naratana Ontolok, spirit of the land of the
Democratic Republic of the Gilded.
Democratic Republic of the Gildred, number 5 of the 13, felt it. The temperature within my lands rose approximately 1.3 degrees average.
Oh, thank you.
What the fuck did you put in the soup?
I put in some garlic, and there was a leek dragon at one point, which was the spirit.
Red is frantically writing.
But I also did
Leak
put in
dragon
normal
question
leeks.
mark? Sources?
Yeah, and like, some other ingredients. We've been storing up like herbs and spices and stuff, and I was like, everybody's pretty angry today, so I guess I'll put those in. There's some. I know you don't like potatoes, so I didn't put any in there.
All right.
Oh man.
He would finish the bowl.
This is a win.
And hold out the empty bowl.
I can get you some more. Oh, I need to say something to cats.
I'll hand him my bowl. Taste buds and age, you know. He had
Sure.
some, but I don't think he can actually taste.
I was hoping you'd like poisoned it.
No, the man's
No,
like,
that's your thing.
at this point, he's
Well,
not much more of a person than.
Taste bud, taste bud, taste bud.
That's it's too.
every so often you get a ping of like.
He's a book. Like, it doesn't translate well.
You get a little bit soggy.
There's 2 bowls. Like gets Anderson's bowl down low enough that the broth is just the solids, and then pours the new bowl. So like really brimmed up, like full up to the surface. And in one hand, like gently balances it, looks at it,
I take the other bowl.
and then passes it through the portal.
This
hands
is
you
a
the
win. Do you want more?
Cass is showing up soon.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Okay.
If I may, I would like another bowl.
Yeah.
Did you just?
Maybe we can split that when you kill this man later.
Here you go, more soup.
You did say he needs to eat more.
Yeah.
I guess I will. So, anyways, I will admit I overestimated this vessel's fortunes. I thought I could wield the same authority that I normally do, and well, I can. I am limited.
My apologies. You've said enough. I can't go to her because she could be anywhere. She needs to come to me. So, I got to thinking, why is she here? Because I had to track her down. Fate is the line that she follows, and I had someone point me in the right direction. She left plenty of threads behind. She left plenty of threads behind in my domain. So it wasn't too difficult. She goes everywhere. But I need her to come here. So as I said, I got to thinking, why is she? So I had to run back home, trace a bit forward, and in many of the eventualities, the strands seem more slack.
But no, going forward in time is okay. That hasn't happened yet, so I haven't written the history yet, so I don't need to kill him for looking at the future. The future is fine. That hasn't been written yet. He's fucking with the past. We're gonna throw hands, but
It seems that her fate is entwined here, and I now know the reason. Hassan. One of you is probably going to die here.
well, she died long ago, so.
Wait, what happened to your accent?
Access.
So I got to thinking, what does she want here? And she doesn't care about this village.
Just like Romero just kind
One
of steps
like
aside
her.
and, like explains what happened.
She
with
was
him.
looking to be humanitarian. She could go to some other war zone and help poor fleeing peasants. Here is not the place to help.
You're not senile?
None of us are.
Yeah, no.
How many times have you just been sticking random objects into my soup pot, including that damn walking stick of yours? That thing is covered in dirt.
Silence!
No.
Shouldn't mess with people's soups.
I think he's just placed the walking stick standing upright.
So, she must be here for you. There's a relation there. And with all her dealings in fate and chance and bullshit cliff sides with weather degradation, she would want to avoid the weight you represent. That connection goes back far and can tingle with her futures. I can see why she want that strand cut.
But what?
What I didn't expect is the others. Tell me, who is your mom? He says to
Rebecca?
to Rebecca, yeah.
Well, a man needs his hobbies, after all. And Rebecca will just stay silent.
Exact. Things got complicated. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. But what I am sure of is that I can keep you here until she comes looking. I just need to keep you safe and fed, and eventually something will happen. She can't leave this town alone. She's already done so much.
It may
Those
be a
damn
longer
geese.
wait than you are accustomed for. I haven't seen her in 600 years. I don't think she's in any hurry to make herself acquainted.
You're
I
so
was
old.
You're older than I thought you were. Jeez.
There are layers of explanations that I think everyone needs.
Sediment layers, if you will.
This is going to be
It's Henderson's that we're dealing with. Of course it is.
just eat some of this. It's probably better than you ever.
He'll have the soup, but again, he doesn't have taste. He is basically a golem of a book in an underground library.
And
It does read just a little bit, but it is really good.
You know, he recognizes it's good, but he doesn't have a reaction because he can't. He just has, oh wow, that's good soup. That is.
if you would follow me to my temporary residence, I can ensure your safety and that of your families until I can get your daughter to show her face.
As much as I would appreciate that, I have a job to do here.
I think I worded this wrong. This was not a request. Once your unsolved variable shows up, you and the rest of them are coming with me.
Now, I think there's been some sort of disconnect.
Yeah, I have to give Cass some of this soup first.
Whatever is actually going on, I don't know why what he considers ice prospecting so important. Not realizing that's not the job he's referring to. However, you are a guest here. You do not have the authority to give demands.
He lifts one finger and a single spark appears above it.
But not to be like a pessimist or whatever, but you did get beat up pretty bad last time, and I don't want to force you to stay in the Elders Hall for a week again.
That was also after being tossed into the air and
Get fear.
falling quite badly.
Yeah.
Hey, in this situation, we can only really go into the ceiling. So.
That is true, and Bear is also not here.
That being said, I think my point still stands.
That Cass needs soup, or
Cass
something
needs soup, and Brett needs to just let this happen.
So is he gonna like kidnap Cass?
I think he's just gonna house them in his home until Waterloo is taken care of.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the friendlier way of putting it. That being said, if anybody's gonna fight over it, it should probably be Henderson Simpson, because he apparently is super old. And old people will stand on their morals until the day they die.
So is
Yes, we will.
Cass showing up anytime soon? You can have her show up through an odd entrance, like through the broken ceiling. Like she, like while this conversation's going on, she could be sneaking some
like
soup for
I
herself.
imagine, given her like rules,
Oh,
she
yeah, she
might
wouldn't
already
enter.
be here. She
Yeah,
just
she's
hasn't announced
probably
her
here.
presence.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll for stealth from her and not be noticed then.
I will invoke a way in for critical success.
Is this attack?
It would be at base level of double disadvantage because of
Okay.
who's involved.
Then we have more things we can play.
Is this detect for the rest of us?
I imagine lurker.
That's not my role.
That's my role.
Right,
That's the
right.
character who pulled up the session after Cass debuted and stole her entire character concept.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
You could have said that I shouldn't do that.
No. I don't think anything else applies, so that's partial success. In which
Okay.
case.
Besides, you've just been doing a better job of being a lurker than Cass.
Yeah, Cass causes trouble.
Alright. So you've been able to stay hidden up until through all the most recent important revelations. But at this point, you have been noticed and you're not aware of it yet.
Okay. When Cass got here, Rebecca would have visibly winced, but otherwise kept going.
Do I been saying shit?
Additionally, Henderson, you do have your own home here.
Actually, as Cass, roll endure to avoid trying to steal some soup after smelling it.
Her shittiest physical stat. That is a partial success.
Okay, I guess you resisted up until now. So you would know that Cass is here, but no one else.
I mean, Rebecca's
just gonna
aware
go
of it,
and,
but
like,
also is
portion
not in a situation to be.
Just
like
returns to the
the
table.
quasi-stealthy handoff.
I mean, yeah,
we are the
yeah,
stealth
I just-
characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are the two stealth kids.
they just do that. The adults keep Havashan the attention off of these.
All
Two.
right.
Yep.
I would. Oh, you're here. Get here. Yes, you.
What? Okay.
With your mom.
I think I'll stay over here, though.
I wasn't asking.
If she does not want to come over here, you cannot force her to.
Rebecca will take like a half step into the room.
Is Cass holding anything? Is Cass having anything metallic on her?
She's got a knife at her hip.
Isn't that one, is that one of the stone ones or
It's
an actual metal
it's Sap's knife, which I don't know if it's made of metal.
It's made of metal. Those.
one? I thought they were stone.
Oh.
Because the very first one, I don't remember exactly how you described it.
It's made of metal. Even it might. It's not. It's like just iron, not steel or anything.
Okay.
It's rough beaten iron,
Okay.
but it's metal.
I mean, she has that, but nothing else really of note.
And is it buckled into her belt?
I don't think so. She's just got it in a scabbard.
You could essentially be just ripped down the top of it.
Yeah.
He would twitch a finger, and the knife would come rolling out of her its sheath. Ugh. Nothing else. Only cloth and leather shithole.
We don't really need to use metal here.
Here. Or we'll argue electricity with this prominent spark. I can make you come.
Leave her alone.
Rebecca is going to punch him.
Yes.
Mother.
Resurrects me.
Okay, music's going to change.
Hendersonton, upon doing this, will also shit out all three of his summons.
One at a time.
Yeah, okay. We're starting with the one that isn't obviously just a clone of Rebecca.
1 second. Gotta find the list. Where? What?
So Havashan has Cass's thing.
Yeah, but she doesn't need it.
She
She's
doesn't need it. She can punch somebody in the face.
Yeah.
just gonna elk his ass.
Well, I was just gonna say.
Ogo's
now
coming
the
back,
opportunity
baby!
Where Emma could
Is that what you
knife.
need?
No, my elk is named Elk.
Elk.
Yeah.
No, it's the year of the Oko. I'm just gonna elk his ass. Try to ban Oko? Nope, elked.
Oh.
That's why it stuck around so long. You just elked the R&D.
So I feel like let's actually draw a full Hero chart.
Okay.
Full battle map of the Elders Hall.
Woo! I mean, jolly could.
Battle map.
Okay.
And also,
Oh, okay,
more
that's a
broad
table.
initiative. Just or
I was gonna say that's like a
no,
very
just a list
tiny
of those
room.
presents. We can track everyone just sit there.
All my characters.
Oh yeah.
That is
I'm
true.
prepped.
This is a very.
God damn that room.
I have no idea what we haven't ever.
It's like a hall.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I assume there's like
We got
other
the-
doors to like other rooms, and this is just like the main entry primary hall. But
This is
people
where I
just, like,
assume people are always filtering in and out of the other hall. Like,
Yeah.
But only one of these doors leads out. That's the door everyone comes in.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of like side rooms and.
Don't forget the window Nora sits by.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that's right.
Why do we not have a window on the front wall? Why have
We don't need to see
because
what's
it
going-
got broken too many times, so we took it out.
We might. I don't know. I'm not. I'm just tossing
You designed
stuff
it.
randomly.
You designed it.
I mean, like,
I'm
We
doing
don't
this
need
all
one.
on a
the
whim.
thing
If
is,
someone
like,
had,
none of us have, like, whenever someone knocks on the door, none of us ever look out the window to check.
Yeah,
the
so
There
it
is
makes
no
sense
one.
that we
You
have
don't
a
know
window.
who's coming to the front.
We'd have to sit, and the side windows make sense because that's where the kids are always lurking.
Yeah. Goon!
Okay.
The where's the D's?
Doors. But they lead to side rooms. That's the front door.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's the kitchen. Or actually, no, the kitchen's the cauldron.
and
So-
these are not the actual sizes of side rooms. They're just like there to represent. Yeah,
Damn,
there's
that
more to
sliver.
this building. But,
No, we sleep like this.
is there anything else that would be in this thing area that would be worth noting?
I mean, there are a couple cots in the main area. Because we've occasionally had people like in the main area, sleeping in the main area.
I
Do
imagine
we? There's like rooms.
Yes.
Brett
We
slept
had-
in the main area before, though. I think.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
We have occasionally had people.
I
sleep in the
imagine
main
they'd
area.
be like back here or here, like by the kitchen area and the windows. That's what I'm
Or-
thinking.
Yeah, it's fair.
Maintaining symmetricality.
For some reason, yeah.
Technically, Emma was the only one of us who was here when it was built, probably.
Yeah.
You're the only one who's been in the village more than 40 years.
Yeah.
How
I
old is
remember
Emma?
when this hall was just an idea.
Anything else?
No,
that
you
we
don't
could-
get started.
anything
Don't go
else
down
that
that
should be
road.
here?
Assume Emma's talking almost at all times.
Yeah.
She does defer to authority a little bit.
Something else I don't think.
Not at the moment.
Alright.
My trebuchet.
No,
Alright,
that is
guy up.
definitely not
To start
inside.
things off, let's establish the locations of Cass, Hassan, and Rebecca.
Rebecca's in the corner of the room.
Which
But,
corner?
well, actually, no.
One by-
She's
one near-
she
was-
started this fight, so she's right next to wherever the fuck the guy is.
Hassan's still in front of the doorway. Sorry, not.
Hassan?
Hassan.
Uh,
Rebecca's next to him.
Hold up.
anybody want to?
Can we call him Ontalock? That'll make it easier.
Oh yeah.
Because there's no
Because
repeat
that also
O.
refers to both their shared last name as opposed to.
I think
think
I
so.
saw that.
Oh yeah, a
think
circled
it's
O will just look
No, it's
like.
an O.
Is
Is
it?
it an A?
So it's
pretty
absolutely
sure it's
nonsense
an O.
spelling, actually.
I thought it was an O.
OHNTO dash.
It's going to be an
LA
A because
No, LHAKK.
we don't have
We don't have any O's either.
I-
OHNTO dash LHAKK.
We'll just leave it as an A. Adversary.
LB for the lightning butt. There we go.
I'll
We have Rebecca.
Hendersonson has not gotten up from his
Circle.
Oh
seat.
yeah, because we'll want to be erasing and replacing.
Yeah.
Cass
You
is,
just by the cauldron.
yeah, Cass
Okay,
and Idra over by
And
the
the rest of
cauldron.
you should probably establish locations of your characters for those of you who would get involved in this directly.
Emma's gonna throw hands!
I guess I will. I'll be there.
Oh, I think Cass
Oh,
is
by the way,
okay, not
everyone.
C.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, that's a Y. Yeah. Just because Emma's also E, and that's a K. But, yeah. I think Emma would be like here.
I mean, not sitting at the table.
Whispering to children.
That makes sense actually.
Because Hendersonson is his ass is in a chair. He's not getting up.
I'm gonna replace
Unless you
the
shoot a
circle
lightning
with
bolt at me, he's not dodging. Across from Emma.
That's our best right there. Ooh, never mind. Fuck that.
There we go. Empty chairs.
Okay, got Cass,
Marrow.
Marrow.
Where am I putting Marrow?
He was kind of like standing up and standing between, so like somewhere on like a line between.
You're a melee combatant. Put him on the. Put him right up there.
I also
Yeah,
only
I
have a
imagine,
knife,
like,
but
be-
Hey, I don't have
Gas
I
station
don't
in front of you.
Brett.
You know what? I have
talking telling Brett about like what the heck is going on.
And I'm not about to throw it at
He
people.
might just be. He might have just stood up from this chair here.
Yeah.
Probably.
that makes sense.
Alright.
Okay, and I can use the letter F.
So there actually, before the fist collides, there would be. Actually, you know what? I'll let you roll Slay.
Julie, Rebecca's
With
actually.
a base of.
Can I tackle him instead if that's a force check?
You said you punched. I'm not letting you rep on this.
Alright.
Also, it's hella funny for it to just be
At disadvantage due to who you're dealing with.
Alright, can I invoke?
Mother.
Now's the time.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
mother and polished fire axe.
Are you
Don't
punching? Not.
have a-
Well, she does, but.
Well,
You're
yeah,
not,
but
you never said you were using
Alright,
it.
sounds good.
So it's
She's not
neutral.
gonna light her hand on fire.
Neutral say.
Critical success.
nice.
Straight up out of the blue.
1, 2,
Oh yeah,
2.
2, 2, and 1. Yeah.
She's not great at it, but.
When you roll good, you roll good.
All right.
We're
All
doing
right.
this, baby.
3 successes plus the mother invocation is 4 total.
Well, one disadvantage,
Oh.
so it cancels. So just a crit success, not a super success.
Terminologies, that's very specific.
Super success, of course.
Yeah, I don't know what we call 7 successes.
We gotta mark it. We gotta mark it. Keep track. We got 3. This man's going down. He's got 5 hit points. You got this.
I don't think he has 5.
I don't think he has 5.
I mean, he's already roughed up from
Oh,
this,
that is
which
true.
might make
Alright.
this a
He
more
also
feasible
literally
encounter
has
than
glass.
The
last
hit
time.
impacts, and it actually does manage to cause him to stumble over, as his physical body's not up to chuff. Like it's he like tries to lean on his stick like stabilize himself, and your fist does impact. Like it feels like metal underneath, but it's already bent, and some substructure breaks under your impact of your fist. Your knuckles are bloody but not hurt.
Rebecca is bleeding, yes.
He is on the floor now, but in reaction to that, all of a sudden all of your vision goes white. Everyone roll endure for all your characters.
All
Oh,
of our
dear.
presents.
All
Brett-
present characters.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, I got scared.
He's just nuking the city. It's not city. This is not a city. He's
All
nuking
right.
the village.
Rebecca.
Oh, absolutely not. Emma did so bad.
None of my characters. can
Everyone
do
with
it.
this is a disadvantage.
Failure.
Can I invoke a retired soldier to negate that?
Yes.
Okay.
Ex-pirate.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, Brett.
Can Cass invoke
Brett only
Menace?
has the base
No,
dot
hold
and
up.
endure.
All right, well, she got nothing.
The fuck does Defiant Remnant do? I still have no
Ask
idea.
to invoke it.
I
You
mean,
survived
that's
bad
your
things
role.
in the past.
So
You're gonna keep on surviving.
You invoke that too.
Cool.
Holy shit! If
No
only I
successes
wasn't
for
on
Brett.
Hassan's roll. The man has a 0 in endure, but
no successes for Brett. Or no, 1.
now
with
see, this
the
would have been
roll
good for
proficient,
Cass.
But there's probably
Or
disadvantage
Rebecca, but no.
involved. Or I don't know.
You have one disadvantage you're trying to counter.
Okay, so net 0. for
Because
them,
I rolled a 3, and
Yeah,
Mara has 3 endure.
I
so.
also failed. Yeah, complete failure.
All right.
Failures across the board, baby.
No, the one person didn't.
No, I mean all 3 of my characters
Oh,
failed.
So, everyone who failed for this next round is going to get an action and gets 2 ruin.
Oh no.
Emma still has fortune.
But
now
I
I don't.
need dice.
Well,
I
Cass
have to
theoretically
just pick
could
him up
die.
and throw him out the door.
So good, Yudra.
And
not sure
everyone
if
who
I'm
got
gonna
a
do that,
partial
but, like-
success will get 1 ruin, and you'll have disadvantage. Stacked on top of whatever disadvantage you get normally in this next action for this first round.
Okay.
You fully succeeded.
No!
You grit your teeth and push
Full
through.
house!
Do I have
Oh,
anything
it's
else?
about-
Deck is fine.
Do I have anything
Stubborn
else that
is
could work
bad.
for?
If you're gonna fight, let me
Do
leave!
I
I
have
have
anything else
Ex-pirate,
for
defiant
invocations?
remnant, and stubborn determination.
Do I have anything else for invocations
Oh,
after
you're fine.
retired soldier? Because I feel like tagging Host of the Elder Hall for anything that happens in the Elder Hall would probably be leaning a bit on
I don't know,
shenanigans.
I think that would work.
Okay, so
Maybe
partial.
War
Roll
Story?
the tied to a location, you're in that location.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't fight a dragon and slayer.
What about
Yeah.
War
Fair.
Story?
I don't think
I
have
remember the
one
time
for-
I was flashbanged.
Well, actually, in this setting, stuff like that's not as unusual.
have
Like,
maybe like having like stories about having to deal with powerful contracted on a battlefield before, perhaps. Even if it's just
no,
a.
I'm not using it when you apply it right now.
I mean, yeah,
For coming up with a spontaneous plan or whatever.
Exactly.
You might be able to do so.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're the first up.
So partial
I have-
success.
Oh right, he doesn't
How
get to take action. He doesn't just
how
like
much-
Can I just
time walk us all and just murder
Throw
2
him
people. What are we gonna
outside?
do?
How much?
No, we have the
room was-
advantage in the Elder Hall.
I mean-
we can't take him outside.
This is our home turf!
How
I mean,
much
like, he can
ruin
come
did-
back in, but like...
No. Brett's got the advantage. We can't
One.
take him out. We
One
gotta keep him
partial.
in. I'm gonna summon a guy to shiv him in the ass. We just want to pile on this man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still just gonna pick him up, though.
Honestly, you shiv
You're
him.
trying to restrain him.
That's okay.
I'm not sure
Maybe
restraint, but
try
like...
and like separate him from his staff. Maybe.
I mean, it'd be rolling force with double disadvantage.
He got essentially knocked over and is on the ground, right?
Touching this guy results in rebuke. He
He's
used
a tiefling.
he used the biggest rebuke when the combat first started, but he has response.
No, he can do that
actions.
every round. He'll be all ready for that.
I never meant to push this guy.
Hmm.
Do you call backup?
We don't need backup. Who's there to call? Just Seth.
Seth,
That's
Amon.
Amon and Seth, yeah.
Nora
I have to
can fight.
imagine the flashbang
Nora
going
can
off.
fight, but I don't know.
Nora.
If you want to cite Amon on being on his way here, Cass was in his house
Okay.
Oh, is he?
when she was
That's
summoned.
fine. What?
How tall is he?
Tiny.
5 foot nothing?
Yeah, he
4
has
foot
been
something?
described as very short.
Cass and him are
so-
basically the same size.
And
Just
Yudra's
full on could just
smaller.
pick him up completely off his feet.
Okay, but he's also half metal.
He
Oh,
heavy.
Use 2 hands.
just stab him.
Also, he's resisted
Just stab
active.
him.
right now.
Just stab him.
He's like trying to get up right now.
I'm gonna summon a
He's
fucking
tiny.
Roman.
Okay,
But
yeah.
he has
Roll
super
force with double disadvantage.
He's tiny, but he also has
Actually, it's
super
only one
punch.
disadvantage because he's on the ground right now. You already pushed knocked him over with that punch.
Oh boy. I hate the fact that it's... Ah!
What'd you get?
That's a 2, that's a success.
Let's go!
It's on the table.
Hey, it's on the table.
Fuck yeah. Ah! The 1 and a 2, 5 and 7, which are not...
So
Okay, so it's only partial success.
Also, just...
Any rolls
You're going to be
or
off your feet right now.
any rolls or items you want to invoke?
Okay, you go to.
I have... The only things I have are just the X-Pirate, Defiant Remnant, and Stubborn
Okay, you
Determination.
go to heave him off the ground and you manage to partially pick him up, but a surge of electricity goes through your body again. I'm gonna have to make another endurance check.
I don't think has Mero been.
Electrocuted?
Yeah, by this dude. I don't think he's been
By this
electrocuted.
dude?
by
I don't
this
think
dude.
so. Brett has.
apart from just now.
Yeah.
Apart from this,
Brett has. You might be thinking of.
I mean,
That's
Alois
good.
has.
That's good
Alois,
rolls,
A
though.
lot
That's
of us
2
have been
ones.
electrocuted at one point or another.
Double
Is that a 1 or a
disadvantage.
7? I think
That's
that's a 1.
those two are
Oh.
7s. That's a 9, and that one's a 1.
Okay. Are you invoking anything?
I think
if it's
Defiant
a call
Remnant
upon
definitely
Yeah.
fits.
And determination.
So how
Oh
many?
yeah, Stubborn Determination.
You have 3 things so far.
3 and then negate.
So with double disadvantage, cancels out. Oh, that does add up to a full success.
Yeah.
All right. So you are not stunned at all, but you do take on 3 really.
Oh, it's here.
Man hurts.
Ow.
At least it's 3. 3 is doable.
And 2 of those are being ignored by Fortune.
Okay.
So I assume the scribbles are
Cass and
familiar.
Quick replay of what's happened so far.
Yeah, probably.
Rebecca decks this guy in the face. Falls to the ground. His skull is partially dented. And in response, Mero, in response, he sends off a burst of electricity. It's like lightning struck at the inside of the Elder's Hall. Most people are stunned, but one hardened warrior runs up to the recently downed demigod and picks him up. In response, electricity arcs from this mini generator through the soldier, causing blackened scars to creep up your arms. But
yes, the blood.
And your hand got healed. Your hand got healed by becoming an elf.
Yeah, it got healed. However, it's been thoroughly toasted. It's somehow functional, but is black.
Imagine
if
getting
nothing
to keep
else-
your hand.
Nothing
If nothing
No.
else, the electricity will keep your grip tight.
no, exactly. You don't.
Exactly.
Your heart, but
Grab
you
his
don't
throat.
flinch. He reaches out to the side, and his staff basically gets a trap pulled into his hand, and he raises it up to prepare himself against the next attack.
I think Brett would pick up seeing that he can do stuff with metal, is going to pick up the wooden chair he was just sitting on
Right, fuck him up.
and just try and aim right for his exposed glass guts that are full of things
Okay.
that are growing on.
Yes, because
Heavy, sturdy wooden object swung center mass
Okay,
at the
because-
held restrained
yes.
target.
You will have 3 instances of disadvantage. Actually, he's being restrained right now. 2 instances of disadvantage. 1 from you being partially stunned, and 1 from just the magnitude of
The
your
level,
opponents.
yeah.
It's fine.
Retired
Cats
soldier, host of
versus
the Elder
elf.
Hall, and
We're just gonna run.
Can I
That's very fair.
She might have to eat him after
Can I
but
invoke a war story for trying
gravity
to
is
like
not right.
reference
No,
like
you gotta.
being in ambushes or caught off guard
You
or
guys have been in stories together, right?
You have to
Yeah,
get
and,
this
like,
Literally, we have so
and
many stories
absolutely
between
being
the
in
2
fights
of
with
us.
Marrow on multiple occasions.
Dang,
I
you
know
had to
like the
pay
way
off
this
my
guy
hand.
fights, and I
You
can
had to pay
and I
a
can count on
price to
that.
get your contract.
No, I have abilities that cost things.
Okay, I'll rule right now
And he
that
cut my
you
hand
only
off. That was
invoke war story when you guys are actively collaborating at the same time.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Otherwise, you have to use it in non-active combat situations. Okay, so roll me slay with 1 instance of advantage net.
Cool.
Okay. Can I roll 5 or lower?
You
I
got
wanted to
this.
turn into a little dragon.
1 success.
That's still
Well,
so
within
good.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
still a full
so
success.
full success. So 2. And with a wooden thing that puts a bit of distance, but I don't know if I still get hit, that might be
It's
like,
probably going to break
some-
the chair, but like.
oh probably.
This encounter signature retaliation
Mm-hmm.
is going to be decreased.
Yeah. Wooden,
Okay.
wooden object I'm hitting him with, and degree of separation between my hands and him might do something
You
for me.
smack.
but-
Okay. Full weight,
We just gotta fuck this
like
guy.
bring down a fucking pickaxe. The
Specific-
chair smashes. Legs go flying in various directions.
Why
I
are
would-
we
I would-
attacking him?
I
He
would
didn't
note
do anything
spec-
wrong. Rebecca went up and punched him.
I would note
He didn't
specifically
threaten
aiming
a
for
child.
the exposed glassware in his
I think
gut.
also
You
none of
can't
us
let
have
him
ever
go.
liked
Don't know
him.
if that does anything.
Yeah.
specific.
He threatened a child actively.
Yeah.
For the second time.
That is fair.
Brett has literally
Brett's really never liked this guy.
Brett got in this guy's face and pulled a knife the last time he threatened a child.
This
so-
guy didn't kill my daughter, so honestly, I don't care for him anymore. He failed me.
That's what I was confused about.
He failed me, and now he's. Also, Rebecca's acting of her own volition.
All right.
Darth Vader logic right there.
He is dead to me.
Okay, the chair
I don't repeat.
does
anything.
catch on fire, and you let go of it before the retaliation can course through it. The chair is ruined, and you're out of weapon and a melee range with this guy. The rest of you are stunned for this round. So I'm going to telegraph the next thing this guy's trying to do as the staff, like he's trying to, like, one of his hands is in your face, like trying to claw at your eyes. It's not as weak as he looks. If he does get a grip, you're going to lose something.
Okay.
It's fine.
He leaves
I
the staff
will run
hovering there, and the
back
other
to get stuff.
arm is reached through the portal trying to grab for something. And that's where we're gonna start off the next round. All those who were stunned previously can now act. I'm gonna
Alright.
give them preference for this round.
Alright, let me go cast first. Because, for reasons.
Okay.
Actually, I think I'm gonna go people who are farther away from the central conflict.
Fair.
Then towards people who are closer.
Cast
Yeah.
is far away.
Okay, yeah,
Far
we'll
away,
do cast.
Easter dives out a window.
Yeah, absolutely. That's run it.
He is lined up with an open door.
Hold on, before you jump out the window, I might need to eat you.
No,
We're probably not going to run out of resources
I
here.
just gave you food.
Not.
The door,
Up in there.
also worth noting, the door is open. He's right in the path
Hmm.
of it. An elk could line that up just right, potentially.
What? No, we don't want him outside.
No one's saying that elk
I'm
is
saying
allowed
the elk-
in.
The elk can be magically appeared anywhere fucking I want it to be.
Fair.
Cass will call
Hold
the
up.
hunt
No,
to
he
find
basically is directly lined up with the outside door, but it narrows between the table and the door. He's just-
spend one, and he is hunted. Is that my action?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm running.
Everybody, get him!
Runs away.
Roll navigate. It's neutral.
out the window.
My navigate's fine. Yeah.
On one hand,
It is
I
whenever you're in a
say go get help, but on the other hand, by the time help arrives, it's
I'm
irrelevant.
not gonna go get help. I'm gonna go hide.
Amon's probably the only one who can arrive.
Oh, you're okay. You're still.
Because I assume he was. Cass
I am
brought him
hiding.
from a loose
Wait,
follow.
wouldn't he be able,
Wow,
like,
that
now
was
physically
bad.
in contact with him? Wouldn't he be able to
Um,
sense the whole, like, weird-ass connection that I have with, the Fallen Reef Ascendancy?
I'm gonna use Lurker.
It's a disconnection.
I'm gonna use Lurker.
Okay.
Full success.
Okay.
I hide.
You're gone.
I'll throw out Worm.
Just throw Worm
Get
in his
it.
head.
We're
Oh, Worm as a non-sentient being is compelled to hunt this man.
That is true.
Worm, fuck him up!
I just, like, throws Worm, just sails over Vera's head. Just
Worm, I choose you. The Pokeball just balls this,
Worm, go get
this
him!
opossum at his head.
Uses that as a distraction. Hides.
Just no Pokeball, just throws the
All right,
opossum.
we got those
at the
people.
ball.
Now let's move in closer.
Emma will take out the knife that Grandfather Sap gave her and hold it up to her ear like she doesn't know what it's like, but like it's a phone, and go, "Hello? Now would be a good time." I was told to listen to it.
Roll sway with
yeah.
disadvantage.
Where did that go? Wait, this is this one.
Can information I have help me?
It is something strange.
It is something
something
strange.
Hey, we both have something strange.
Yep.
Yo! Unreasonably good.
That's still only one though, because I have disadvantage.
What? Information?
Didn't help. Well, I don't know if I can call upon anything.
Information?
All right,
Chatterbox?
so here's what happens. You raise it like to your ear,
Mm-hmm.
and you get smacked by a wooden chair leg flying through the air. You take one ruin, and frustration boils up from within you, and you can feel the knife echoing that anger.
It says fuck him up.
Hendersonson will reach into his whatever the fuck clothing he wears, pull out one of the like 8 books he keeps on his person at all times, and for the first time conjure a construct to fight for him. So
Still sitting.
from a distance, it looks like the word soldier shaped as a person. But when you get closer, you can see that it has limbs and everything. Its arm is the word arm. In its hand is the word sword. On its arm is the word shield. And it's going to fuck this guy up.
Dude's just
Yep.
big. Just got picked up and it's
Does it just
yeah,
appear
big
next to it?
attack.
Yep. Soldier.
SC for soldier construct.
Yep.
Okay, let's roll a play for that.
Can you write it down?
It has.
We can just go off of my remembered
Yeah, put
strengths
down
for
a
the
word.
slide.
It's actually a
in there.
neutral roll right now.
Okay. Alright, well, I don't think I can invoke anything for it because it's a magical book, but it does have jack shit apparently. That is failure,
How could you forget
unless I can invoke
word?
compiler.
I feel like the exclamation point is part of this.
He goes to swing at him, and with one glance at it, the word sword, the word sword briefly changes to the word metal and is sent into the ground.
I mean, the soldier has absolutely no reaction to this information.
I know it goes to the
face,
sword
but
and continue fighting. But
yeah. Don't worry, I've also got woodsman and sage in the background. Sage is
Not yet,
not
you
going to help
don't.
us throw down in this fight. It's the thing that lets me make recall checks as if they were recall checks. Not a useful talent.
All right. So next up, who's going next?
I mean, then it's Mara, Brett, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Just dogpile this motherfucker.
Maybe Rebecca.
I mean, I just took 2 actions in a row. Someone else can go.
Brett is going to call out to Mero, hold him there, we can't let him use his staff. And I think Brett is going to try and, like, grab hold of the staff and leverage it and try to, like, leverage away as much as
All
he
right. Well,
Uh,
this would be a neutral check, as I've established.
retributive damage is
Because
the
of
theme.
the hunt being called and him being restrained. Him being restrained does not apply to this. Staff is under its own power. And the hunt only kind of applies.
Yeah, it's fine.
And also, the forces that play here are really fucking weird. The staff is more powerful than the dude himself. I still say that adds up to a total of.
Cut off his hand?
Oh, no, that's where Rebecca's going.
His arm's reaching through the portal right now.
Cut off his shoulder.
Rebecca's just...
Would you say your
preferably
weakest of
hand,
the elven?
because I'm-
I would say double disadvantage though.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to the arm.
Actually, in this case, no, only one instance of disadvantage.
To just grab the staff and throw it and pull his arm out. One instance advantage. Nope, don't roll d6s. That's the incorrect
It's a
dice.
force check.
I don't know,
Force
D6
check.
is a pretty sweet roll in the system.
Yeah.
No,
And
two
then-
instances.
Okay. And
Cast
then,
can't fail reverse sway checks. It's D6s.
okay. So, retired soldier and host of the Elder Hall get invoked, because of course they do.
Yep.
So that nets to +1.
No, that's neutral.
Neutral?
I went back to the same two disadvantages. But
I mean, you can invoke your weapon.
I'm not using a
right.
weapon, I'm
Right.
pulling.
interfering with the staff itself has the base disadvantage on quantity of 4,
Fair.
and it was cut down in half to only 2.
Because the
you
person
neutralize
reaching
that
into it
and
is
make it a neutral attack.
okay. Just straight force. I have 3 points force.
It's not bad.
That's crooked between the things.
Come on.
No successes. Damn.
That does mean punishments.
Yep.
Oh no.
I'm just getting consistently zapped every time.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
kind of what he does.
Okay.
Marrow is a lightning rod.
He does.
Just like palm feet planted.
For a moment, he locks eyes with you, and the next moment, something is attached to your face. Everyone else can see him pull something scaled through the portal and throw it at you
Oh, dear.
before reaching in again.
Is it
Dragon.
a wild animal and thus compelled to attack him?
No.
Too bad.
Cry.
It's the creation of another one of the 13.
Lizards.
Yeah,
Do I know
it's
what-
probably more under his authority by being something of his domain.
But
Yeah.
it's one of the others' authority, and their authority still lingers on it.
Do I know anything about this?
You're also
You ran
not
away.
here.
It's
Yeah, you
prob-
bailed on us.
It's one of the earlier two ones, and they first got their started. They're one of the few people in the world, and those who study under them, who know what the fuck a genetics is.
Oh wow.
A genetics?
Genetics are? Dang.
No, what a genetics is. Not.
What a geneticist is.
Any particular letter I should put down?
It's like a six-legged,
Dragon.
hunchbacked. No, it's more like a armadillo, or what's the other curly?
Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Porcupine?
No, the penna.
Bilbo?
No.
Oh, pangolin or something?
Pangolin.
Yeah, it's kind of like
That's
a
a magic
Wolverine
card.
pangolin with 6 legs.
Terrifying.
Penguin, but fuck.
You gain 3 ruin.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh wait, no, that's Vera's, not Brett's. Okay, Brett only has 2. Wait, nope, that's the wrong math. Okay, so it was 3 gained, you said?
Yep.
Okay, so 5. Ah.
You can
Okay,
use
another
these if you
dice.
want.
Only 1.
Nice.
Alright. So 5 ruin, 5 HP.
Alright, you guys can decide
I just healed
what
that.
order amongst the two of you. what result
I'll go
is.
first, because
Yes.
you're just holding him down. So
Pangolin
I'll
to
take
the face.
advantage.
Oh, what the fuck?
Anyone who glances at the portal can see it's like, it'll be speeding down different hallways, through doors.
Rebecca's just
people
gonna.
who are like servants who are walking hallways are jumping out of the way of it as it speeds past
Rebecca's gonna take his arm off.
with the axe.
Yes.
Yep.
That would be probably neutral slay check
Invoke Wood
with
Fighter.
disadvantage due to specification. So
Uh,
1 instance of disadvantage actually.
Invoke Wood Fighter and Polished Wood Axe.
Still in.
Yep. So 1
Just
instance of advantage over roll.
And is that counting Cass's
Leave
effect?
the room. The most effective way to leave
Yes.
is that way
Okay.
through the fight.
Well, you could go to one of them.
Oh, what is the effect from
I don't think Teacher's leaving warm.
Advantage on attack rolls against them. Animals
So
are compelled to
reset.
do so.
Drive it up.
What was I running?
Oh, I thought that was
What was my?
children.
What was I at?
Only
know
1
why.
instance of advantage.
Runners.
Okay, so that's a partial success. I got nothing.
All right.
So I got 1 success against it.
Axe meets arm, and you hear it clang, resound through the Elder Hall as metal meets metal. He curses, and you feel electricity
Thank
surge
you.
through yourself. Once again, roll endure with disadvantage.
Can I invoke? Absolutely nothing. I'll take the L there.
All right. You are going to be partially stunned.
Well, disadvantage.
Oh.
You're going to be partially stunned next turn, giving you disadvantage.
Okay.
And you get 2 ruin.
Jerome. All right.
Ghosts.
Fine.
But because you did get a partial success, I'm going to mark it down as 1.
Yep, we're up to 6 successes so far.
6. Yep. Okay, yeah.
3, 2.
Yeah.
Looks like his other hand was reaching for Marrow's face.
Yep.
Drop it.
No, I'm not going to drop him. The closer his hand gets, the more likely it's going to get bit. I'm going to be real.
Fight it then.
Fighting dirty.
I'm a Vex pirate. I do that.
Also biting
So what are you doing?
vessel of base-
Okay, so I accidentally killed the recording partway through via likely one of my dice falling onto the keyboard, which meant that the later part of the fight has been no longer recorded. Where it left off was right before Marrow decides that biting off some of Ontolok's fingers was a good idea. Admittedly, that was because Ontolok was sticking his hand in Marrow's face, and Marrow is an ex-pirate. Let's see. Then after that, we had what was
the elk church.
No, Monk showed it after.
yeah.
Cass summoned her elk to attack Ontalok.
Cass summoned her elk before or after Ontolok got to the like room full of armor and weaponry.
Before. Because it made an attack, then he...
Yeah.
I
So
forgot about the railgun.
the railgun just blasted everyone away. Okay, so Cass decided to summon her elk between the door and Marrow and have it charge into Ontolok. And Marrow just said no to moving out of the way. So it rammed dead into Ontolok, and Marrow didn't move. He just didn't move, despite the fact that he was holding a demigod that was zapping him, and was having what exactly is the elk?
A horrifying elk with... No, it's just a happy little elk. But it's got a bunch of severed hands holding knives.
Okay, that's
Stuck in its antlers.
Some
of them have spears.
Okay, what in relation to...
Sap.
Thank you. Constructive sap. That's what I was looking for. So having that run into Marrow, in all rights, he should have been tossed across the room, and just wasn't. So that happened. Ontolok, basically, his deity, whatever deity thing that was controlling him, got to this room that had a bunch of armor and weapons and Yunes and a railgun-esque thing, except it wasn't railgun.
It's like a lightning railgun.
It was a thing. It looked like a railgun, but just not super big. But he got that part of the way out of the portal, and right after that, the staff essentially flipped upside down, and so it was essentially above Ontolok, and just lightning blasted everyone around him, centered on Ontolok. Yeah, it was a smite, divine smite. So everyone got tossed backwards, including Marrow and the elk. The elk got almost sent out the door. Oh, that was right when Amon showed up.
Did get sent out the door.
Yeah.
Amon arrived right as an elk launched past the door, out of the door he was just about to walk up to.
Yep. So that was a thing.
He was prepping to give a speech, and then got elked.
He didn't get elked. He narrowly did. Yeah. So after that, it was... What did we have after that?
He smoked us, turned his weapon into a glaive.
And we were
Back in the first
he
two...
just read a bunch of books about this. He hasn't actually done any fighting.
Yeah.
And then we just dog his ass.
Didn't Rebecca try and attack him again?
Yeah.
Rebecca was the first one to respond. Didn't do very well.
To be fair, some of us were not rolling.
Yeah, that is very fair. Then a little bit after that, Marrow and Brett essentially tag teamed him to take him down. And so Marrow grabbed a hold of the glaive, kicked him, so he got brought to the ground, and then between Marrow and jumping on him, and Brett jumping on him to stab him with Emma's knife. So he got stabbed by that multiple times. We had Seth had shown up, and Seth shot him with one of the carved arrows.
Don't forget when Brett threw a possum into.
Yes.
Not a possum.
The
Sorry,
pangolin.
Pangolin. They have
Yes.
the same starting letters.
They do.
I love that both of the names for Idra's critters are animal names that are not the species of animal they are.
Yep, that's the theme.
Yeah, pretty much.
Lizard and worm.
Yeah.
Are a pangolin and an opossum.
Yep. And
They look like the things though.
they do, which is where they got their names from.
Yep.
And so Brett, between just the
Incredibly, the pangolin is meant to be a war machine that fights until it dies.
yes,
And Idra tamed it with the power of soup.
This is going to be
That
the
did
one
get
and
recorded.
only time Red is going to manage to use a new soup recipe inventory item in a combat situation.
Yes.
just tossed. He
Pangolin soup
pulled
was
it off
made-
his face and tossed it behind him, and it landed in the soup.
Oh, and while we're here, because this is the first and last time this construct was summoned, Hassan summoned a woodsman similar to the soldier who absolutely wasn't just Rebecca II.
Yeah, sure. Didn't the woodsman just disintegrate?
It died when
And-
Rebecca did.
Oh.
Spoilers or not, I don't know.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, that considering where I was planning on sticking this recording, yeah, that's spoilers.
It's fine. We'll edit it out.
Yeah, no, I won't. Whatever.
It's spoilers, but none of you care.
Yeah. This is going to be a wacky little recording. So I had Seth shoot him, then
Seth,
yeah, Seth missed.
I didn't
No,
miss.
sorry, Seth did not miss. Seth shot
I
him.
never miss.
Yeah, you never miss. Amar missed though. He tried to attack Amon.
Yeah.
Good, whatever. Amon tried to attack with his spear, didn't work. Too many people. Cass, I think, stabbed Ontalok a couple times.
No, Cass never got into melee.
No, she did.
She did.
Did she?
Yeah, in the dog pile.
I don't believe she succeeded, but she certainly attempted to do so.
Yeah, there's that. We had the elk charged back in and then veered off because too many people that Cass did not want to have being stepped on. Emma basically just spent the entire rest of it watching. Yidra fished the pangolin, the six-limbed pangolin.
Does have 6 limbs.
Yes, it does have 6 limbs out of the soup. I don't know if that gets brought up later or not in the other sections of recording, but oh well. It's been tamed. And yeah, so that's about the rest of the dog pile. So this section was going to be stuck between where the last bit got cut off, the first section of recording, and there is a section following this when I realized that I had killed the recording. So, peace, and see you very soon.
Just like
It stopped recording.
Yeah, it stopped recording. Fuck,
weird.
I don't know when it did that. Oh boy. Length, 1 hour, 39 minutes.
It is.
That's quite a bit of it.
9. We started at. We also started at like maybe 20 minutes or so in. So we probably got up. We we got
Probably
at
just
least
missed some of the
this.
last of the fight.
Yeah. Okay, so I
Hi,
think we're
Hobbs.
going to have to do a quick recap of the last end of the fight.
Yeah.
And then the role play.
Recap on the fight. Maybe we go from when Amon appeared.
Yeah, Amon showed up.
Did not do a very good job of stabbing
No,
him.
tried to stab, did not.
Seth and Nora did eventually show up as well.
That was late, but
Yeah, what?
I don't think
Like
a
right at the
ton
end.
happened.
Not that much later.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's just been people piling on him.
Yeah,
yeah, we dogpiled.
The pangolin got thrown into
Havashan.
the soup.
Oh yeah,
And
Brett
rescued
threw a
by-
Brett
rescued by
threw
Eva.
a summoned monster into the now empty pot of soup and left it in a metal bowl with fire underneath it. Ydra is now trying to befriend it.
I succeeded. I don't
Yes.
know what you mean by trying.
Ydra
I
has
fed it soup and
Yes.
it loves me now.
Ydra has tamed the pangolin.
Its name is
Um,
Lizard.
Yes.
Well, and then so
For clarity, we did manage to win the fight against Havashan, Antilok, and Patron.
Yeah,
he
he-
didn't manage to kill any of us. He
He's-
dispersed one of Henderson's summons, but
he stilled after Nora used her new
so-
contract ability.
So
Ice
Nora
whip
essentially
thing.
finished him off the first time. Using that was really cool.
yeah,
contract
using
ability.
the winter slash.
Yes,
Uh,
which very cold and iced the dude. And then Ontalok's essentially patron, tried- yes, Naratana, tried to come through the orb,
Portal.
and
Portal thing.
reawoke it.
Well, Seth was doing the claiming ritual.
Yes. Seth was doing the claiming ritual, and the Naratana reawoke Ontalok,
Momentarily.
but very, very briefly.
Reached
And
his
the-
hand.
Yes, basically zapped him, fused the armor with Ontalok. Then Death herself showed up and was just like,
she was
nah.
like, nah,
Just-
Not in my house.
It reached out, touched him, stopped Naratana's hand, closed Ontalok's eyes. Seth has finished the claiming ritual.
Nora was laughing uproariously at Naratana attempting to reanimate someone in Cold Ice's domain.
Other news, Ydra made more soup as tamed pangolin as previously said.
Yep.
Worm is okay. We thought Worm was dead for a second. Worm's okay.
One was limping.
Rebecca
Worm was limping,
left.
is not limping anymore.
Yes.
Rebecca left immediately.
Yeah.
Presumably because being around cats is painful for her.
Or something like that.
In more ways than one.
Most of the birds, actually all of the birds have left. The
Except
last
for
one,
one,
the
which hung
last
out
one
in the
left
rack.
with, it left with Rebecca.
Yeah, all of the others left immediately though.
Yes.
After
Presumably that last bird was Water Lily.
Yeah, presumably. On some level.
Also, I don't know whether or not this actually recorded the final takedown of Ontalok, but that was basically just tag team effort between Marrow just kicking Ontalok after, grabbing hold of the glaive thing, kicking Ontalok onto the ground, and then just...
And Brett jumps onto him, and the way you kill an armored knight with medieval combat methods is take them to the ground, draw your dagger, and stab through the visor.
That being said, Seth also shot through the armor.
Yep, because Seth is in very
Hunting
close
bows
range,
at
and
point blank.
bows are terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes. Also very terrifying.
Yes.
Very, very good at Pangolian?
Pandian?
No, I wrote Pangolian.
Pangolian.
Is also very good at what he does.
And also, because of the fact that, I don't have my camera on for this.
I almost wrote Pangolian again.
Actually, you know what? I could potentially show this.
First ever appearance of the board.
Yes, so we have a giant-ass whiteboard, which, I need to add a camera for this. But there's a large whiteboard that we use,
Oh,
for...
we're also rolled really good on soup again, and everybody got healed for 2 really.
Okay, not that. Cool.
think Amon is like.
So, this is. It's a little hard to see off it, but we have pretty much the entire whiteboard covered in notes for this.
Yeah, notes or drawings.
I can switch that off. And we've been using it the entire fight. One of the whiteboard is pretty much just the room that we were fighting in. So,
So we have to decide what to do with the body.
Yeah, we have to
And
decide
if
what to do with the
I
body.
think Amon is like.
We could test
Do
the
you want to
I
do
betrayal
your
on the
Leviathan?
temple, maybe?
I know you have your own burial practices here. If we're
absolutely keep the body off the mountain.
especially concerned about this body in particular, it is the Leviathan's practice to cut it up, ensure that it is final. I know he has been touched by death, but
Touched by death and also
I know also he has powerful things on him. He has the attention of a god. Maybe making sure that he is not in one form would help.
Yeah, that might help. That also might help.
Because also,
From being able to like, well,
I don't
probably be
know.
able to track back to the specific point, but like,
we could scatter his pieces.
yeah,
And
we absolutely.
and I don't know how much possibility Mabel has to do anything, but
Absolutely. She can't claim it. She can't raise this body. I've already.
There's that, and also last time that
He's going to the bathroom. You didn't have any characters who are gonna. Oh shit! He has Hassan here.
he also
Yeah,
has
yeah.
Cass.
And Cass.
Cass is not gonna really do anything. She's gonna slip out soon.
I'm gonna
She
get
wants
Cass
to talk to
soon.
Yasna.
What? Cass anyways.
and the last time that at least I had brought back one of the dead ones after we cut off his head, he stopped moving.
Yeah.
It hasn't moved since.
We can
so-
cut off the head and I can do the cleansing ritual on the rest of the body as well.
Amon was suggesting cutting the body up.
It may be
Like
best to
So
sever
that's
it
the
in
Leviathan burial thing.
It may be best to sever it in more than just.
Yeah, we
I'm
can sever
getting-
it.
I'm getting them to accept my tradition.
We can sever them at each of the joints. I think that's the most effective. And then I can just perform a claiming ritual on each
Average
one.
elder help discussions. Just Tadwit's talking about how to dismember a body.
Idra-
Emma's getting
I
cleaning
think
supplies. out.
Nora thinks cremating the body would be more effective than destroying or separating the parts, but she isn't about to suggest using fire to do something.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Especially not when it's been claimed by death. That might give the hot eyes
The
a chance
wrong
to do
impression,
something.
yeah.
Additionally, Mary would like to keep some of the pieces, and would like to keep the head unburied, because after this is over, Meryl might just, go back to being a pirate a little bit.
You want to mount his head?
Your contract might not like that very much. Unless you're like a One Piece kind of pirate, then of course your contract will love it.
Why don't you just take his hand? You've been collecting hands.
Pirate by way
yes.
of basically being a revolutionary on the ocean.
Pretty much. But also just more of
If Cass leaves,
to
he's
make
just
a
gonna follow, by the
point
way.
to this dude and be like, leave this town alone.
Oh, so you're gonna be near the coast of the Gilded, the Democratic Republic of the Gildred?
Which he already has a bit of a vendetta against
So,
for taking everything away from him already.
question. For Yidra, she knows how long it takes to travel from the DRG to here, right? So can she basically put a calendar or something? Not like an actual calendar, but be like it was about this many moons before I was able to I know how long the journey is.
So it's actually pretty much like if a real group of people is coming through, it's really hard to judge. For example, if they have tamed monsters as mounts, things can get crazy. If they have
someone with a contract guiding a vessel, things can get crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's
If they decide to just spin off an avatar and send it, things could go really fast. Though that last option might run into trouble trying to cross the territory of other spirits of the land.
Yeah. Well, Ontolog said it took him how long? Because he told us how long the trip was for him.
there's a big difference in the travel time between like a
2
person
months,
or
but
a
that
small
means it
group.
avatar.
That's I know. Nidra conveyed that. Yeah. Idra's also going to make Cass stay in the Elder's Hall and eat soup. And then if Cass looks out, Idra's gonna follow.
Okay.
Sounds so piercing. Stuff like that.
I like the soup.
Iman's just gonna give Cass that like uncomfortable like someone else's dad nod.
Just gonna take the pangolin. Just gonna
they
take
were
the
previously
lizard
I
and
imagine you'll
just, like,
want to
stuff
we'll
him in
want to
my
repeat all
jacket.
this when Matthew gets back.
Yeah.
My
Well, because we
friends
were
now.
talking, and I think I feel
Yeah,
bad.
I added
Like-
I added lizard the pangolin right above my
It's
inventory.
kind of, it's not the same at all, but it's kind of like I'm in this picture and I don't like it. Like I'm seeing Rebecca just leave Cass, and I'm like,
Nora has.
Where's my
I
daughter?
think
Nowhere to
Nora
talk.
has turned to start like
You did good, Cass.
looking over this the pieces of
Sex about your
equipment that
mom.
were left behind, the severed
Yes,
piece of
that's about-
railgun, the staff,
Literally you.
anything else that was on Havashan's person that didn't get
Seth will fully just go about like splitting the body up into pieces.
Yeah, Mon will help
fully
you.
in
I'm
the-
sure he has.
In the Elder's Hall.
Nora would probably like help
And-
with getting the armor out of the way and is
Yeah.
setting the armor
I'm sure
pieces
people at the church
aside
have died while
because
the
she
armor
wants
has been
to.
fused.
Absolutely,
So-
like so.
him, his body.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
messed things up.
So it is going to be some extra work, but
Okay, you guys don't need to chop the corpse up again. You guys have there's already been multiple things that make sure this is gonna stay dead. It's not gonna come
Yeah.
back. I'll tell you
Yeah.
out of character, this is not coming back.
yeah.
No, we know.
I'm
Okay.
I'm
No,
trying
our
to
characters, however,
insidiously
are mostly not good people.
get people to
And-
subconsciously accept the church.
Okay,
and its
fair
practices.
enough,
That's
fair
why I brought it up.
In Seth's mind, the more claiming rituals, the better. And splitting it up into pieces means that each piece needs a claiming ritual.
Nora
and
just
Marrow's going to essentially claim one of the hands and the fingers that he bit off, obviously. Just like
Yeah, those are yours.
I said Amon is like
Um,
gives Cass like a weird someone else's dad nod because he's like hyper aware of the fact that Rebecca just left Cass, but then also hyper aware of the fact that he left his own kid, and he was just and he's like, I don't.
you don't get to talk much on that.
And you leave neither.
Who?
Cats.
Also, Seth,
Cass is leaving.
I
Okay.
may temporarily
like
go
to
back
see
to
you
being a
try.
pirate after this.
Okay.
So if I may bring the head with me.
As you guys are talking, you hear a knock on the door frame.
I think your whole shtick is hands. though,
can
isn't
someone
Emma
who
goes
is
to get to the door.
can someone who is everything
Focus.
isn't churching please
Alright.
get the door.
You just look at the door, and there's no door in the door.
Yeah.
There's no door.
There's no
Emma
door.
goes
There's
over
an
and
L
goes,
shaped
"Welcome."
hole.
Is it Sophia?
It's water lily.
Oh,
I don't know who you
here
are.
then.
Welcome to the Elder's Hall, Water Lily.
There used to be a door
Oh.
and a roof.
Who are
Now we
you?
can only have one at a time.
This is Water Lily.
Yeah, I
Oh.
food. You guys aren't starving anymore?
Mhm.
Oh, thank
I think
you
there's
for
still
that.
some soup left that my niece made.
Yeah. That's really cool.
It's very good soup.
You should have some.
Oh, I'll try some.
I know good soup.
feel
This
like
is
I need
good
to
soup.
tie up some loose ends.
Nora Nora gestures almost like a saleswoman at a prized product at the now partially dismembered corpse.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. Everything is planned. I mean, I'm always supposed to say that, just like a little trade secret. No matter what happens, I'm supposed to say it's as planned. It's
Of
pretty
course.
great.
And it's most definitely not planned on anyone's part.
That's
It always
Sure.
helps. It always helps to build
You and
up
I both
an
know
air of
that.
omniscience.
what?
It always helps to build up an air of omniscience.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Mostly, I just try to portray myself as a dumbass so people don't think I actually planned it. It's kind of like a mind game thing.
Fair enough.
You and I both know that this was not what we planned.
So, anyways, hey, Dad. Fuck you. Go to Idaho.
Tried, didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't take.
Yeah. I mean, we could try again.
Nora is going
None of
to
us have
back
the
off
energy to
from
fight
familial
another
drama,
goblin.
This also is making the bond real.
and Brett is just looking between the two, incredibly baffled, and
Seth
is
has heard
just
so much from his sister.
Who are you?
so.
Winry's sister.
Is either of you going to
Winry is my
explain
sister.
any of this?
Probably not. Honestly, knowing him, he's not, and I have a work thing. I
He
signed a
explained a
contract.
couple things to us.
Well, a literal contract. You know.
Hmm.
What?
He explained a couple things to us.
Yeah, I did. I tried. You
No,
know.
he did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Wow, good to hear your show. You're planning on killing them all, weren't you? That's very fun. Cute. So. Don't hurt the kid. Like, the kid's just an annoyance. You don't care about them, right? Generally? You just care that they were, like, annoying, and you, like, got your pet project to stay away from her?
Of course, I have no further use of this backwater once the blasphemer has been tamped down.
Oh, yeah. So, I did promise to deal with that if that was dealt with.
Maple.
Jeez, that stinks. Well, actually, that smells like pork. Huh. And ozone? That's a weird combination.
All the electricity.
Nora is just like looking over like the various like glass containers that were around what was once his organs, and is just like, I think there's some copper. No.
So, I know it would be mostly meaningless to ask you to pinky promise, but I think there's actually a contract or somewhere we could write down a promise or a deal that would stick with you. Now, you know I have a bit of an advantage right now. Things mostly to my favor. Thanks for that, by the way. And I will help with the whole, what do you call it, heathen? This is delicious!
See, it's good soup.
It's good soup.
I'm planning
Really
on
hearty.
I'm planning on
Reminds me of one of
declaring
the cooks back at headquarters.
I'm planning on declaring today a holiday to commemorate the making of this soup.
Oh,
That's the second batch.
holiday levels for these parts. Okay, that's fine. It's pretty good. So, are you fine writing down just a promise not to hurt the kid?
Cities.
You know, in words, like, you know, on yourself.
Sure.
Cool. We will do that in private at some point. I trust things to go fine for the next bit. Don't have to worry about that, but it's just a long-term thing, you know. I know you can be a bit petty about some things. I mean, no, not petty. It's all part of your plan to unify bullshit. Fuck school. Really fucking awful homeschool teacher. Like, really awful. Like, that's if you remember anything about him, I'm sure terrorist, sure war criminal, sure ancient mage. From Aeon
Brett really
Past.
going through it right now.
But he was an awful homeschool father. Like, look what happened now. Like,
So
but yeah,
just-
remember off homeschool father.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind,
Okay.
but that's not really the main detail that's sticking out here. Until 20 minutes ago, I thought I thought he was a senile old man.
It's
Oh,
very subtle,
that
except
hasn't
it's-
changed. He's just like he likes acts all like you have trespassed upon history, and by as it was written, you were born in whenever the fuck you did. Who cares? And you die now. Die. You become book. You
Yeah, that's pretty
the
accurate.
words, and then he burns
Is that what
libraries
he did
down
to
and shit.
Virgil?
It's really lame. Sorry, I don't mean to insult you. I didn't mean to insult you. But
Eldritch child syndrome.
I'll stop.
She really is the opposite of Rebecca.
Yeah. I think that was intentional.
He did better the second time.
Damn. Yeah, child's
I am
completely
so
subservient to my
I think
will.
Emma's also finding this out. So
Better this time. It's
I
almost
am-
I'm just leaning over whenever she
Yeah,
gets a
that's-
I
comment,
am
being like,
so
"That's you with
lost,
Aya."
and I am in a lot of pain.
Okay. Sorry. How about that was not a proper domain. So 1 second. Need to happen quite that bad. Yeah, if I just. Okay. Everyone has healed 1 health.
Ah, excellent. Cool.
And you have a vague vertigo effect as memories double up, and you remember both having taken one of your injuries you did take during the fight, and at the same time avoiding it barely.
I got sapped. No, I didn't.
Huh. Curious.
The
Maybe
battle
it was
scars
weapon.
still
I
stay, though,
dodged.
right?
Yeah.
Curious.
Okay. Goodwill gained, I think, except with you. You hate my guts. But it's mutual, so it's fine. But we can work together to deal with the heathen. So yeah, as I promised, let's have we can actually schedule a meeting for later if you don't have it now, because I know you're all a bit tuckered out. Or we could talk now about how we're gonna deal with the whole hot ice thing.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear what you were saying.
The sooner we can deal with that, the better. You feeling up for it, kid?
I don't think anyone can call me kid anymore.
Mara is fucking old compared
I
to
know.
Brett still, so he's probably been calling Brett kid since Brett got here.
I have more gray hair than black at this point. Sooner or later, you're going to have to stop calling me kid.
Once you're older than me.
That's not how aging works, Marrow.
There's a few tricks.
Well, yes, we do need to deal with Mabel. She's...
Is that the host?
the contractee, so far as we can
Yeah.
tell.
Plugs Mabel's hand on the table, as well as Cillian's hand. And onto Locke's. Just have a fucking collection of hands at this point. And Mara just
Can I
has-
date her finger bent like a tree to see how old Mabel is?
No.
That's not...
Well, I also know how old
fingerprints
Mabel
work.
is. She is under 40 years old, so I have a vague recollection of how it went the year she was born, which I would have looked up in my book of everything that's ever happened to me.
Alright,
Born, left family in year.
so
Well, we've constructed a trebuchet. It is
So good.
It is pointing about at the...
you got wheels, right?
I assume so.
Yeah. It's bubble.
Okay, that's gonna be a bit hard to get around in the snow.
Yeah.
Even though it's the snow not here, it should be fine.
Otherwise, would not have been there.
Huh. Recommendations? I recommend you send
in culture there.
someone to talk to the
Without war.
talk to Cold Ice up on the mountain nearby. She's aided you indirectly, but there's further things she can do. Additionally, I recommend the trebuchet could work, but force alone will not be enough when you're in its
Someone needs
territory.
to go up
High
Mount
level
Ephrata.
spirit bullshit.
When? To bring Mabel up there, or?
To talk to Cold Ice.
Apologies, I'm not exactly a scholar of such things.
The Defiant tends to relish conflict. The more diametric in nature those, and the more absolute the outcomes possible in the conflict, the better they do, as they subvert it. As they do most things.
Out of characters, you're telling us to send all the children to Pyre.
The Defiant being...
Oh, sorry, Hot Ice. It's a cultural translation issue. Let's just say that. So I would say finding a way to peacefully resolve everything is in your best interest, but let's be serious here. It's really good at backing people into corners so they can't solve things peacefully.
What if we give her soup?
I mean, it's really good soup. That might
very
help,
good soup.
actually. The daughter isn't happy about the whole ordeal. She's acting like a kid still, so it's really tragic.
Your
But it happens.
sister
She
or
would've
your
died.
niece?
Mabel.
Oh. You looked at him when you started saying that, so I got confused.
It is unsurprising that Mabel is still acting like a child. She never did get a chance to grow up.
Yep, that's how it works. It defies the passage of time. It defies death. It defies endings, conclusions, or change.
That means it defies soup.
But at the same time, it defies stagnation. It's really just awful.
We can agree on that.
Anyways, there are other things that are connected to it, but are not it, or are directly under its control. I think you might have some of them in the town. I'm not sure. They're a bit hidden.
Oh, Fell and the others.
I'm not keeping too close track on it, but I imagine using them as a link could really help. I know
Eat 'em up.
the
Got it.
mother ended up on the mountain, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she went up there.
Yeah. All of them. Well, how can you explain this? Mabel reached out to all of them,
Mm-hmm.
and to some of them, she successfully formed a connection.
Yeah, the men.
To others, well, it didn't quite work, but she still made the attempt, right?
Mm.
No connections one way. I learned the harsh realities of that quite recently. So it can come back and bite her in the ass. I think the family members could be of help. They don't want this for Mabel as much as any of you do. It happens. And to keep on living, sometimes you just have to sweep shit under the rug.
Mm.
So anyways, I think Old Family Siege, if you implement more elements from their history, the better. You know?
I mean, we still have the pieces of their old house, so we can throw them in.
Their house is lying in the middle of our street.
Yeah, we can throw it at them.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, if you can get the family
Foundation
help,
stones.
memories to help, and then a squad of do-gooders to go out there and strike at the heart of it all, which is that tower, which I imagine is just like post metaphor for trauma. I'm not sure.
The tower.
Such a lot
So
of been having a different conversation.
Yeah, the whole time.
um, that is help. Looking. Let me peek. Spoilers.
Kelly's going through a range of different emotions, trying to be like, what is the right option here?
You're all gonna die.
No.
Okay, I can. Oh, that's a classic.
Pitfall trap.
Can I do that?
Lure Mabel out of the tower and put her in a pitfall trap.
All right. So, this is something that it's a bit of a trick.
Mm-hmm.
There. How would I fetch those? There. If I could get those here, they should be. I think if I sent merchant like that 25 years ago, it could. Yeah, sure. He should be arriving in a few days.
Oh, messing with the timeline stuff? Sounds good.
It hurts.
I'm not gonna question that. That's true.
It's
Just tell me what to tell and we'll do it.
bit of a state secret for the Fallen Leaf Ascendancy. I'm not really. Everyone like who support knows it, and I don't count on you guys like actually knowing its significance. Except you, you probably already know or don't care.
Where weren't you from the Fallen Leaf Ascendancy?
We're gonna die in this next upcoming event. That'd be cool. But if I try to kill you and fail, that'll leave a unresolved line of fate that'll lead back to me and get away with my job. So you're safe for now. But
I'm. I thought I had it.
So anyway, you'll know in a few days what I sent to you. I gotta get going. Toodaloo. Have fun storming the castle! And she'll turn into a bird and fly away.
I'll have partners for her. Baka, I'm sorry I missed the wedding, but you should have died with your mother.
So, something that where are you sitting right now?
There he is.
I
He's
literally
the
have not moved
Okay, yeah,
in the
yeah.
entire situation. I stood up to throw books at this guy.
That's fair enough. So from the time that the roof was repaired and like removed and repaired, there was like every now and then construction workers just like leave things places and forget them. So in the rafters, a hammer falls down. Roll me a navigate check to get out of the way of it.
Oh, this is Cass. I looked and got unreasonably excited about his positive navigate score.
Did she get
We all know it's not great.
Cass is still here, I think.
Yeah, but she's not getting hit by a hammer.
No,
Cass
I know.
is still here.
Yeah.
And I feel bad
She's
for
going
her.
through some shit right now.
Yeah. Poor kid.
Oh, Jesus. That
Oh,
was
wow.
a dog
Bad.
shit roll.
So bad.
I mean, I needed God on my side to succeed with a 2.
You get 2 ruin.
Oh, joy.
Clonk.
Technically feasible I die here. It's unlikely.
It's so funny.
Well, I mean, no. We have the Pyre, and I'm absolutely tired.
Do not topple that.
No.
We're at, like, 2.
Yeah, and we will be at 3.
Ah, we're good. This is the first time Hassan has taken damage, ever.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's because
It clonks off like
No, it's because he keeps getting one
how much
tap.
damage do you take?
1.
Okay, so it like clonks off your shoulder and gives you a nasty bruise and probably like dislocates your arm a bit. Like pops back in its socket. It just hurts.
Here, we can fix that.
I assure you, I'm quite fine.
Cass, what are you doing?
Henderson's no, Hassan, apparently. What the actual fuck?
Hold on, let me resolve cast first, because I can't
Fair.
time. I have something I need to do.
What do you need to do? Look at that.
Cass is leaving.
I'm following.
Go get him.
Stealth check.
I believe in you, Cass.
Wow.
Triple success, and I'm using the escape plan.
Let me see.
So that is a super success to not be followed by Udra.
Wouldn't have sense pain anymore. That
is
would be good for
detect?
tracking, but oh.
Super success?
Yes. More if I need to invoke things.
I'll use knowing look. And also lurker.
Still, that's 4 on me. Fuck up my dice. Me.
I didn't mean to.
Alright, so Cass succeeds in not being followed. We'll have to see it.
There you go. Run away from roleplay. Oh well.
Well, I guess the kids are off to do something.
Cats! Just going through the village yelling Cass's name, looking wherever she can try and find her. Ah!
Roll a scope check.
I did.
Oh, you guys already.
Yeah, that's
I did.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got a super success.
I got 3.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are resolve that.
Ah!
Stop
so
it.
Those characters are out of the scene. You can resolve that later.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like this is something we should, like, all 3 of us should resolve, because this has been a thing for a while, and we need
Yeah.
to resolve this before the finale.
Yeah.
Which what?
So let's move back
Characters,
to the tents.
Hassan,
Growing.
what the fuck?
What do you mean?
If you were this lucid, I could have been the one starting rumors this whole time.
That's what you're worried about?
You've been wandering around the village saying you're looking for ice, pointing at snowdrifts and saying, found it, for years!
I would get bored.
So you murdered Virgil.
It's kind of an arduous task.
Just a couple of days ago, you stuck that walking stick of yours, points to where it's probably standing straight up, into my soup as I was cooking it.
Didn't you throw a pangolin into Ydra's soup that you said was the
It
best
was-
soup in the
I
world,
al-
and you started a
I had
holiday
already
about it?
I had already eaten all of we had already eaten all of
We were
that.
in
It
the
was
middle
a
of
empty
coffee.
soup.
My understanding
Pot
is that she
fire
was
underneath
upset because there was still a little left.
Yes.
I
But
am
also
sorry
that's
about
partially
that.
on me because I thought it was really funny to tame the pangolin via soup. So throw it into the soup.
That's fair.
I was not exactly operating under no stress in that situation. It
That's
was
fair.
clawing my face quite vigorously.
That's fair.
Someone said throw it at the soup, so I threw it at the soup.
Throw it behind you. I did not throw it in the soup.
I think it was my understanding is that it was a mix of Ydra's saying feed it soup and Mara saying throw it behind you.
Like
Probably.
eating
Probably.
pangolin.
Anyway,
No.
no, the
Ydra
pangolin is quite
absolutely
alive.
cleaned the cauldron.
Okay.
But
I came
That's an
here
issue.
years ago
It's been
to
here before,
deal
before me.
with the undead. I started something and I would like to finish it. But I have not been at my peak, and someone has been tampering with me, so I thought it best to hide my identity.
And then when you're done with your task, what?
I will continue the great work elsewhere. I have no urge to stay in this town.
that work
I'm
being
open,
something
so
about
I guess.
burning your libraries.
Yeah, what was that about anyway?
Making history finish.
Like apocalypse stuff. Okay.
That's not how history works.
You clearly have a flawed view on the subject.
You know, I once heard somebody very wise say, yesterday is history.
Tomorrow is a mystery.
But today is a gift. And that's why
But
it's called the present.
present.
Now, I don't know how true that is.
Considering that tomorrow is often not a mystery.
Especially to
You're
Faith, who was like, your daughter.
here and wanting to deal with the undead. What are you actually bringing to the table for that? You gestures to is the woodsman
Woodsman's probably still there.
gestures to that doesn't exactly seem like the something from a forgetting contract like you claimed prior.
That might have crumbled. Would it?
The book still exists.
Not after that.
In
Yeah,
Not
that
after a
case-
god fucked it up?
In that case, the woodsman is dead.
Dead and gone, yeah.
Like disappeared or lying there dead?
It wouldn't lie there.
Not to make it too much about ourselves when we have bigger problems, but I would like to say that we built the Elder Hall as it is to leave the town, and it's something of a blow to find out that someone with such disregard for us is a part.
You say that like he hasn't been spreading the most wild and unhelpful news in the
No,
world.
but that was fun. I participated in that too. The news is a playground.
We all fought so. My understanding is that everybody fought so desperately to get you back because otherwise Hendersonson was in charge of the news the whole time, and at least you spread truthful news.
I spread truthful news and lies.
No, you spread truthful news and exaggeration.
It's the same thing.
No,
In this
no,
case,
it's not.
I'm like People Magazine and you're TMZ.
No, this is Fox News, and
Why would you take news from a fox?
trust me,
Hey,
you
sometimes
don't
they
want to
say
know.
these things.
Some bizarre monster with a foreknowledge contract? How would that even happen?
I mean, I think that's probably something that could happen.
I don't know how that works.
I mean, doesn't Worm have like a contract of making people stop doing anything?
Worm?
Worm,
Yeah,
Beatrice Possum.
the possum.
Is that what that was?
What
The possum or the
Yes.
penguin?
I wondered about the possum.
She has it on her all the time.
She hasn't brought it in here before.
No, she always has
Oh, she
it.
always.
She always has it
has
with her.
To be
It's
fair,
just under her
Brett,
coat.
Brett being here, Idra being in the Elders Hall has coincided with Brett sleeping all day.
Last year, yeah. At least recently. No, she's always had that.
She always has it. Truly, I think the possum has known Nidra longer than anybody else.
Probably.
Well, in any case, you can conjure soldiers or some such.
Can we keep doing that?
What is your actual contract? Because that doesn't seem like forgetting, as you claimed when you. You also killed Virgil. That's a thing we'll need to rediscuss.
Hey, Emma, can you have one of the kids go find What's going on over here?
Find
He
Fenrir.
will bump his staff and conjure his spirit behind him.
Oh, it's got Studio Ghibli eyes.
Do I need to make a roll for that, or can we just do this?
We could just do that.
All right, so
Oh, it
it's a
has such
clay
cute
tablet.
eyes.
It's a clay tablet
Cute eyes.
with the words written in it. Everything began, then ended. From the clay tablet stretches the word neck, the word chest, and a sort of gorilla-shaped body.
Can that spirit speak?
No, it's just a clay tablet.
Oh.
I am contracted to ensure that history goes its correct way, and then ends.
Meaning
Seems
what?
like a very advanced spirit. I don't understand why you can't just handle it.
He's old and probably weaker than he used to be.
I
You
mean,
mentioned
I have
not being
suffered
at
some
your peak.
setbacks
yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you're over 600,
during the
you've got to be
destruction
past
of
your
the Risen.
Maybe if you knew this was going to happen, you could have told us beforehand and it would have turned out better.
Knew what was going to happen.
Naval
The
rising
undead.
to power.
It
You self-proclaimed if they came here for that.
Yeah, and that was not within the last, 10 years. And that's just happened this winter.
Why has it not happened? Why has this mess
Didn't you
not
arrive
happened previously?
before Mabel disappeared?
Mhm.
yes,
We've
Why
both
didn't
been
you
here.
just stop it from happening?
it's only a matter of time. I can only be in so many places at once doing so many things.
But you were here when Mabel was here, before she was dead. So why
And
didn't you just stop it from happening?
as I said, I'm not fine.
Did you know that that was going to be a...
No, I deal only in the past, not the future. I suspected something would happen, so I came here to deal with it when it did.
And you squandered your time.
Is this Amon or Emma?
Oh, I was acting as Emma.
God damn!
Sheesh.
Your best friend has
I
betrayed
just
you.
want to say that I feel like that someone would have to feel personally hurt by a sudden reveal this dramatic. That
No,
they
yeah, no, that's
basically put
valid.
together.
That's
You know
valid.
what I mean?
I was trying
Yeah.
to figure out which character.
And I
you
think
were.
she's least practical of the soldier-minded. So
Yeah.
You are truly the only one of us that hasn't been on a quest for
well, yeah, I
2
was
years.
born here, I lived here, and I'll die here. And it's like, wait, who the fuck are you? Sorry for my varying, not very different accents. I used to
You
be
okay,
Southern.
Ellie?
Yeah.
Your eyes are covered in hair.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's instead of blinking, you just go.
Hold on, I need to blink, guys.
Don't mind.
Oh,
I
okay.
just concerned. Just you don't usually do that. Are you
So-
okay?
Once Mabel's gone, are you going to be gone too? Not in dead, but are you
Of
going to
course.
leave?
I have no intent to stay in this town any longer than I need to.
Because otherwise, I think Cinder's going to insist on more than just house arrest.
Yeah, understandably.
Is anyone in this town even remotely close to our age? I know we're varying ages, but
The age we're all pretend we're all sort of. I mean,
Amon
you two
is,
are
the closest.
Yeah, we're
70s, and Hendersonson has
Amon might be
appeared
the
to be in his
closest.
60s for the last 50 years.
that would be crazy if he became an elder.
He's 50.
Yeah, that's what I was.
55. Wait,
70s?
Emma's pretty old, real old, so closer to your age, I think.
Pick an age.
How
Marrow's
old are you?
75.
I'll be 72.
Henderson's appeared at
Write it down.
64, but a decrepit 64.
Yes.
Although he's.
Emma's original character concept is what Henderson turned out to be.
Yeah, and then Amon's, 46 or something? No,
That's
how old he
hotness. I think he's 50.
Damn,
Yeah,
he's
absolutely the next elder.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I hate to break it
he
to
gets
you.
us on.
I know Seth and Vindry act like they're old sometimes, but they are both 26.
That's Brett's power move. Not establish him as a two-party system. Establish the church as a subsidiary of the elder.
Congrats, Amon, you're an elder now.
Oh man. Because Marrow ended up being an
you're gonna
elder
have two
at
people leaving.
56
Marrow wants to
too.
go be a pirate
I
again.
know. That's what I said. We're gonna need
So
leadership.
50 seems to be considered old enough.
Damn, Rebecca
And-
gets on the Elders Hall in 3 years.
No, I know you're so young.
Brett is young for an elder. That's
You
the
just
thing that's
came
been
with
noted
gray
a couple
hair
of
and we
times.
thought you fit in.
No, he's been here a while.
He's been in
It's
town
just-
for a while. It's just he probably became part of the Elder Hall like within the last 5 years.
Yeah. You also probably
Something like
have
that,
like an aura of leadership that people
Some
recognize.
old person died of oldness and we replaced them with you. It's always full type thing. We gotta.
I also like to think that the Elder Hall is like a sick gig for the old people.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
probably.
kind
I
of,
get to
yeah.
make decisions and live in this big place for free? Sure.
Yeah, and can't forget, it's a lifetime position. Regardless of what
Yeah.
you do or not.
We're
I've
the
been here
Supreme
40
Court.
years. I've
It's the-
contributed nothing
you're-
helpful.
If you're old enough and respected enough in the community and an open sea is there, you might be the person selected.
That's
and
why
you'll be
Seth
there
will
until
never
you
be on the
die.
council.
Yep.
There is not a condition for removal, which means pretty often this town has probably had to deal with someone on the 4-person board or more is senile and can't exactly be trusted to make decisions.
Hendersonson has been on this council for probably 35 years.
Yeah.
He came here when he was 60.
And
Well,
they went, an old person.
I bet Emma got in as young as you can get in.
Probably.
Probably like 50.
He got the respect.
She turned 50 and she went, I'm here.
I exist here now.
She just walked in and said, I'll take the job.
God,
She killed
maybe-
one of the elders.
Maybe one of her like
I killed her
husband,
comfort.
maybe one of her husbands that she killed was an elder, so it was a natural. Oh, well,
Well,
his
you're-
wife is the right
you're the
age.
widow.
It's so tragic that he would die suddenly.
Emma got on the council at like
I guess
30.
I didn't take his job.
Emma,
his will
Emma,
to me.
Emma got on the council at like 40, like fully 10 years before you're supposed to, just by being like, well, I was his wife.
I'm canonically so ugly that maybe you thought I was.
Which means that Emma has been on the council for longer than
Like,
Marrow has.
How long has she been around? Oh god, I forgot to think about it.
72. That
Does she look like young? I don't want to know. Actually.
she's
Emma-
almost she's
Emma
8 years
aged-
away from being halfway through spending her entire life on the council.
Emma ages like milk.
Not well.
No, the reason she ages like milk is because she's poisoned people, and she drank the poison. She just also drank
Just
the antidote afterwards.
Just exposure to trace elements of a career of poisonings.
Yeah, she was gorgeous in her youth.
And by youth, I mean till like 18.
Something like 90.
Yep.
Okay, so if you hit like 1 hot, do you get like a basilisk ability? You can be able to stone.
No, it has to be 0.
That's true. We could get you there.
Yeah,
You take, like,
101
Actually,
or
if you have
0
over
or
100, we could get to -1.
Yep.
yeah,
Because at one
if
point
you
Marrow
go
did
to-
tank like down at 1.
yeah 101, and theoretically supernatural stuff happening could also reduce hotness, so that could put you down to 0 or below theoretically. But that's supernatural stuff.
So it
outside
is
of-
like 9:30. We're kind of over time.
fair.
I
Yes,
feel
it's
like
kind of
anyone who wants to go can go, and it's a point of just chatting.
half in character, half out.
Should we also do experience?
Oh yeah, good idea.
Finder's not.
Vera did not appear.
Emma's role is observer, which is all she did that battle.
He deserves it.
If there wasn't enough shit.
I shot a god thing.
You did, yeah.
Brett is host of the Elder Hall.
3 XP.
The Mons is
Alright, that
defender, which she
completes
tried
Host of
but
the
did
Elder
not do
Hall.
very well.
Alright.
I have determined artisan, and I made 2 level 7 soups.
Yeah, and got a contract.
And got a
for it.
contract with soup powers.
Tamed a
Pangolin.
hostile, divinely made
okay,
war
3
beast.
XP for
With
artisan.
soup.
Yay!
Impressed various very important beings as well.
Mhm.
It was
With
very funny.
power
that-
of
Shade.
soup!
Changed the ambient temperature of a entire
That is also
spirit
true.
domain
Oh yeah,
just
that
by
happened.
Via soup.
Yeah,
I hope that
I
did
made
get
a god
recorded.
feel the power of soup.
3 XP. Like that, I was just getting a lucky roll. I feel like I've 4 XP. Like you get a good roll and you're doing something special.
I
Which
reached
I
into
think
a pot of hot
is-
soup and I pulled out a pangolin.
I think 3 XP is fine.
I said Amon's defender, which he tried to do, but did not do very well.
Tamed evil pangolin monster. It's my friend.
He fought a little bit.
Helping defend the
I like
town and the people in it from
Defender XP
a
for a month.
hostile
Oh,
tier
yeah.
5 being.
you were here for the longest. What can you do?
Hendersonson compiler.
2.
All right, we're getting there.
I'm going to be your friend. You can't stop me.
Cass, no longer alone.
You
She
ran
didn't
away.
really. She didn't really.
You
do it.
literally ran away from me.
You ran away.
Well, she's running to something.
I'll give you the 1 EXP appearance XP.
Yeah, no, she got the
And-
appearance XP.
Appearance XP. And then
Not if
during
we
the
were
little
hanging
sub-session we have with just the 3 of us, I
Yeah.
think we can do something.
Yeah.
I'm going to record that.
Yep.
Tell me beforehand.
Rebecca Mother.
She did mother a
Hush.
little.
She
Hunched
did
a
so
tier
bad
5 being to
comparatively.
protect her daughter.
Until she ran away.
2 full XP.
She
All
probably
right.
couldn't
What are
stay
you at
around very
now?
long, but
Six.
6 out of 8.
Woo!
Hey, maybe you'll complete it
Might
next session.
manage to.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And then
Now you have
that
to think
just
about
leaves
rolls.
Marrow, I guess. Defiant Remnant.
Kills Cass in the side session, so I don't have to be a mother anymore.
Bruh.
Oh,
What?
guess she's dead. Never advancing mother.
The last one is Marrow with Defiant Remnant.
Oh, the fire. We gave you 3 in that. You held the demigod still for quite a while. It got shocked again and again and just didn't flinch.
Mm-hmm.
And got rammed into via elk.
Yeah.
And did not move.
Oh, I also made a trebuchet.
Yeah, holding.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, between
That was a
the
group
elk
project.
being a
was
extension
mostly-
of Sap and Havasham being an
I
extension
pulled up
of
that
I got 4
Naratana, you stood there and defied 2 deity level beings.
Yeah.
And in one kill.
Granted, one of them was by defying its splash damage
And
effectively,
hey,
but
We
still.
didn't even have to use the fire that fight.
He
Yeah,
took
that's
1
surprising.
damage and got total
It eventually
4 ruined, but
happened.
only
Yeah.
2 because
I
of
kept the
fortune.
stakes pretty high, but I guess it started at.
I rolled like a.
Then, like-
I rolled real well on all my
I know-
damage rolls.
And I
Yeah,
know
I
you
also
did.
did really
I know
bad.
you don't have the contract sheet written out for Marrow's ability, but I feel like he definitely should get some contract XP on it once
Oh,
you do
100%.
get that.
The only good
Jesus,
roll
I
I
need to
made was
do
for soup at the beginning of the session. Everything else is just like I've been succeeding at my unreasonably high skills.
Oh, gee,
I rolled really
I'm
well,
not sure I'm
actually.
gonna write out a proper contract sheet because I'm already in the stages of designing a new version of this
Yeah, no, that's
system
super fair.
for rendering all previous contracts
Understand.
as
Getting
mere
people to-
inspiration as opposed to solid basis.
Fair enough. Speaking of contracts, though, I do also have Nora for Witch of Winter Winds and her Winter's Lash.
I'll give you 1 XP.
For
If I give him
for
the main
which
Oh,
one?
you gave him defender.
Yeah.
You should give him good father.
For contract or for roll?
Oh, both.
I think that's too aspirational at this point. But I'm
Alright.
thinking like directionally,
Getting
He has
close
expressed
to
enough
that breakthrough. on
care
Winter's
and
Lash.
personhood that it can be a little softer.
What do you call a male
You
head of a
could
family?
You could do like
Patriarch.
side
Yeah,
guiding
patriarch.
force.
That's a good role. Just
Patriarch?
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Up with the
Oh yeah, I need to
patriarchy.
come up with a new. I need to come up with a new Brett roll. I wasn't
Oh!
expecting to need. I did not expect for Brett to get through 10 XP of Host of the Elder Hall as quickly as he did, but he did somehow.
Well, yeah, because you only hang out in the Elder's Hall.
You literally haven't left except to fight a mammoth that one.
Fair.
I mean, you didn't even really do anything. Like,
You showed up. Kind of.
Sorry.
Stop with
I'll
tonight.
Yes.
What should Brett's new role be? Host of the Elder Hall was kind of
It was a main role, right?
major.
Oh,
Well, everyone get mained up. We're gonna have to go fight fucking.
I know that's what I'm doing.
You're gonna go fight God up in this shit.
I mean, Marrow's role is the main already.
So is Cass. Alright, no,
I
that is actually a main role. I need to adjust it appropriately.
I don't know if Brett just is a main character person, though. He is.
At this rate, yes.
He's too important.
yes, he is.
Okay.
No matter how much he doesn't.
Village
want to be.
leader.
Don't know about village leader.
The cops.
They're not cops.
The federal government.
They're
No.
closer to like firefighter/soup kitchen.
Don't believe in the
Firefighter of the
firefighters.
Elder
Actually, the militia.
Actually, they are literally the militia.
Yeah,
Militia keeper?
maybe.
No longer soup guy.
Oh. I mean, you
He's
never
still
got a
soup
super-
guy.
It's still soup guy.
Truly, the goal of every teacher is to have their apprentice surpass them.
Except for Seth.
Brett was not expecting to speedrun that, but here we are.
Sorry. I did.
He is
not sorry.
genuinely elated that Yidra is as good at soup as she is, because like it is essentially the feeling of like the person who is experienced and adequate at what they do finds a prodigy.
I made a soup friend.
Yes.
Essentially.
Mero and Brett are like so proud of each other. And it's just. Oh man.
Contract in the line.
Okay. So because of the fact that my recording stopped midway through somehow, not entirely sure why that happened. Once this decides to wrap up, I'm going to pause the recording rather than completely stopping it, so that I can listen to the end of the other one, and then you get whoever is still here to do a recap of what's left.
See what's missing.
Yep.
Perfect. I think we jumped in and did a summary.
There was a yeah.
Marrow, or not Marrow, Iman's arrival onwards.
Essentially, yeah.
Where we thought would be a safe bet for...
The grounding and the second grounding of Ontlock. Hopefully the first one is still there, but I don't actually know. Oh boy. It's gonna be interesting for that. So, does anyone else have anything to say to Obs for now? Or
Not at the
what
moment.
happened?
I am probably going to be brainstorming Brett's new role for a while, but that'll be a lot of thinking, so I don't think that's the thing for Obs right this moment.
Alright, I shall pause it.
Good relationship.
Ellie,
Yeah.
Oh.
we both. She got Mother X people. We all know how that ended.
We can renegotiate things. Nothing happened on stage.
I'm good with it.
What happened?
Yeah.
What
Rebecca
the
died.
fuck?
Is she dead?
Rebecca's fucking dead, kids.
Did she
Why?
do the thing for sap in time?
Water Lily was
She tried to
tying
kill
up loose
Water Lily.
ends.
Oh.
Wait, Water Lily killed her?
Well, Rebecca struck
Why?
first, but
Why did Rebecca hit her?
she's the source of all her problems.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay.
Water Lily came here to tie up loose ends of fate.
When we're done, I'm really gonna need you to explain to me what was going on with your characters, because I still don't.
Rebecca either needed to. Waterley gave her a choice that basically was become a person or I kill you.
And Rebecca's not a
Which
person.
was also the same one that Sap gave.
Rebecca
Yes.
is a more advanced version of one of Hassan's book constructs.
He put more time and effort into her.
But Water Lily is actually his kid?
Waterley's his daughter from 600 years ago.
Okay.
He assumes she died, which
And
is why
then
he's got beef with her, because he wrote her
Cass
death
is a
down.
real person.
Cass is a real person.
Okay.
Waterlily
What
put life into Rebecca, but it slipped out.
what is
I
this?
see.
What
Okay.
is the
Interesting.
spirit that I've made a contract with?
So it's actually on the same rough level as cold ice. except it's more of like a feast of celebration. It's a spirit of celebration and feast. Like speaking broadly of what it deals with. But you specifically are getting super related stuff from it because that's
Until I
what,
make new dishes.
yeah, because that's what you started with. It's like Cass got the elk from Old Man Staff. It like usually uses an intermediary version of
sub-spirit?
yeah, a more simplified version of itself to connect with someone. Because with how complex, really complex spirits get, it's
to the point where it's pretty much impossible to directly make
Well, first
resonance
we
with
see
them.
that off screen.
Because they are something a very specific
Sorry,
thing.
we see
It's
that.
really, really hard to be that very specific thing.
Season 2.
So they kind of branch out and
Aspects.
they use aspects of themselves to form connections, and basically it's an intermediary contract.
Rebecca ran out of story.
I gave him on
I changed
unshakable
Deidre's
faith and a guilty
description.
conscience.
Now it reads, the child that Findray returned with has a contract with a fee spirit that they are very proud of. Loves worm and also lizards. Lizard. Understands lots. Knows soup.
The contrast, the mon's description says, you actively chose not to shoulder something you were responsible for because it was hard. Which is
I
something Mars said.
It's me. I've been trying to force him on down a character.
It's working a little bit.
Hey, it makes you feel better.
That's why I gave him a
I most-
guilty conscience and unshakable faith.
The only description I have for Henderson is just his name, but written.
Bruh.
And his description is Hassan the Hot spelled properly, so I can reference it when necessary.
My descriptions are all mostly the physical traits, except for Vera also has grew up on stories of adventure, wants to do/see all the things.
Wait, if we get ruined at the start of the next session, your character fucking dies immediately.
She didn't appear this session, so I'm probably going to clear her ruin as one of the first things.
Just in
so.
case.
Yeah. Yeah, she does need to use that power as soon as possible to remain alive.
You kind of
Or-
perfectly hourglass ripped it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I did. Jeez.
perfect.
Uh-huh.
She dies having not completed Mother.
Does Cass know
Man.
Oh man!
Not yet.
what's going
I mean,
on?
that was kind of.
Not yet.
Cass was no Mother's Day yet.
Oh.
Hassan probably knows or will figure out when he walks over a dead body into his house and then, doesn't really care.
Oh man.
I mean,
I miss
also-
when we were comic relief.
I also changed Seth. I only changed a little bit. He has been in town all 26 years of his life and has become a mentor of the kids.
Oh.
Instead of and has trouble connecting with people.
Yeah, if Vera gets enough XP to get her next role, that role will be Seth's apprentice.
honestly, Rebecca wasn't supposed to survive this fight. If Nora hadn't killed the guy, Rebecca would have killed herself to do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's been a session, that's for sure.
Also, you is gone now, so I'm
Yep.
going to very gently transition.
Oh.
They're
Yeah,
still
I don't know
somewhere
how
else.
mad Emma actually would
Yeah.
be. I was just trying to think, I felt like you two would have been, the practical side. So I was thinking,
A spirit of
if
soothing.
someone I'd
It got
known
directed
for
towards
30
um,
years was actually, I'm
warm food
not
on
who I
cold
said I
days.
was, and I don't like anything
So, in
here.
some ways,
You
it's
know?
kind of still here in the soup. Because
Yeah.
that is the little subset contract that Mitra has. With the warm soup for cool days.
Most of the time, it'll likely show up as the leak dragon.
I love the leek.
That
dragon
more
so
humanoid
much.
form was just for negotiating.
That's fine. I love the leek dragon.
I will say, when you all went up the mountain,
Mhm.
Henderson was puppeting Rebecca for about 80% of that journey.
Yeah, I know.
There were 2 people he went up there to make sure they came back.
Yeah.
Nora, because she has useful abilities, for no reason other than, I don't know, I guess he sort of liked her.
That's why I feel like Emma would be betrayed. Because it's
Yeah.
wait a minute, I thought we were vibing.
Did
I'm
not
old.
care about Seth. That being said,
Genuinely-
Seth has become very good at fighting off Maple.
Well, yeah, but that's a development.
I was trying to
Nora
live out
had
the rest of
abilities.
my years in luxury, kind of alongside you, and now you're gonna leave. Whatever.
So, I don't know if this is going to be allowed to tell. What if when you're making soup to help people heal, you does show up? Just a
Oh,
little
that'd be
bit.
cute.
Yeah, every now and then that makes sense.
Yay!
You have, historical resonance, so if you need to get resonance, it'll happen every now and then. You can't summon them up at you could an active contract, but every now and then, rarely.
Which burn this at first
Just
step.
say
That's what you would have wanted.
Yes.
Just
So Matthew,
say
any
hello.
ideas about any NPCs that you might want to make?
Oh no, we're good. I need another
Yashna.
character.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's far too late for me to break someone else.
Yeah, it's kind of late into the campaign. More characters would be. I mean, there's a few NPCs that you guys could choose, but
You could choose a blacksmith.
You could play Wilhelmina. No.
that's overpowered.
Yeah.
I'm not giving Matthew another overpowered character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he already has one. Everybody has a max of one, and
we
none
don't
of
need
the rest
players
of us
having
build
control
him.
of a monster army.
My one overpowered
Character. Actually, that's not true. Seth is kind of overpowered in his
None
specific
of my
field.
characters.
Amon
are
is statted
overpowered.
up, but that's because he has 3 rolls now.
I mean, yeah, Cass is static.
Yeah,
She just
actually-
needs to not be dying
So-
for like a session.
Can I just glance around at you guys' character sheets to see what the average skill levels you are at now? Because
I is kind of low, and Amon is
people have
pretty
2.5 rolls on average right now.
high. Yes, because I only has 2, and Emma only has 2, but then Amon has 3.
Seth looks very calm, and then
So-
you notice he has
Max of 4 and some stuff. 5 in one thing.
5 in craft. Yeah,
That's
that is soup.
yeah.
Seth is 5 in slay. I think Cinder's highest are sway and deals with.
And 7 how many weaknesses?
As
I have
long
a
as
lot
it's
of
aggressively built for recall, I'm seeing them all.
Yeah, Amon is
Each
above
of-
all else a creature.
Each of my characters
And so
has
he
like
has command and sway, but then
1 or 2 groups that they're really bad at that are covered by somebody else.
Cass,
he can't finesse. he
very
can't
good at
fight, he
swinging,
can't grab
and
back.
then she got the physical stats unlocked and sent it to her.
Is no longer one a main roll?
Yeah, it's a mineral.
Okay, so you guys are to the point where you do have some good stats.
Yeah,
Okay.
depending on the character, but
We need Cass on the
That was
side.
my only 2 jobs.
All we need to do is have Cass somehow make a sway test.
And then-
So-
No, that's what I was thinking with Amon.
And then here's
Which is
my
my,
break.
5, I think.
I mean, you got 5, I got 6. We can talk this god down.
I've got 5 in command, 5 in
Varys
sway, but I got
navigate.
pretty good fighting too.
Holy cow.
Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
I just have.
Brett
Uh,
Actually, you guys
I
have just
all I have on you is all
massive
my
amounts of
stats.
stats. And then
Yeah,
just
I can
I'm
finally
just
navigate.
not.
I can't.
Cass, then
Brett
session 1 has
has
sucked at
high
navigating.
slay, decent
Try your
command,
best.
I might not get
decent
lost,
intuit and
but
craft.
Hey, so everyone, I want to ask you all about how you feel about level, because we're getting close to the end of this campaign.
Mhm.
I want some feedback on how the system went, so because I'm going to make another revision to Speak About Bits, and I want feedback before I change things that don't need changing. I want to ask about how you guys felt about leveling speeds and about strength of character relative to their quote-unquote level. I.e., how many rolls they had.
Leveling speed feels fairly fine, or well, level scaling works pretty well. Because we have main characters. Most of our main characters who we've put enough XP in, like Cass or whatever, has pretty substantial abilities.
Yeah.
XP is kind of weird.
Yeah,
So it turns
it's
out-
difficult to
funny
tell.
thing.
Don't take this.
I didn't
You asked for input, Ellie.
I didn't realize.
Ellie, you asked for input.
I'm
Yeah, sorry,
sorry.
I
I
was
just
all
got
distracted.
stressed because of this missing its lid.
No,
I agree with
what Matthew just say, please?
Experience is one.
the other part is good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, level scaling is fine, but a lot of XP is based on fairly subjective elements.
I think also
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually, that is something I'm already planning on fixing today.
Okay.
Okay, so
Having a firmer guideline of
How to get XP.
how
So here's an idea,
rolls-
guys.
Yeah.
How I'm playing on. I'm gonna take. Can we? I
Yeah,
want to just roll this actually.
Oh.
Can-
Do you need the combat track?
no, I think it's just a good thing to remember, how
records are good to have.
it's not about having records. It's about showing what the system did, and also records to some degree.
I love that of the 4 disadvantages, one of them is Nora.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm the one
I
that
was
wrote
thinking-
that.
Technically,
Really?
Hunt should just be cats if we're going by that.
So okay,
No.
I do. Okay,
No, it was Cass calling the hunt.
It's
Great.
cats calling the Hunt.
It is Cass calling the hunt. Why exactly did I write that anyway?
Hunt?
Nora. The Nora.
I think because
Nora's
Nora's
Nora is with-
Nora's crossbow
Oh, yes.
ability gives similar.
Nora's
It gave people
It
advantage.
gives the exact
Which
same thing
didn't
that
become
Nora
relevant.
does.
Nora's
Yeah,
weapon
but
ability
more.
Nora's
gives
weapon-
her allies advantage to hit
Also
the
something
things
like
she
that,
hits.
Mm.
Because, when
Okay.
using slowing them down makes them easier to hit. and it's a kind of like parrying, wears you down, and moves on approach to combat, as opposed to I'm going to stand here and stab you a bunch, like someone like Brent.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to rant about ideas for next iteration.
Before you do that, I'm going to pause this.
Bye, Ops.
Let's actually say goodbye.
Bye, Ops.
Bye.
Bye, Ops.